What's the fastest you ever met a woman and made love to her? Because you hear stories in entertainment about sometimes women throwing themselves at you.
No, it's never happened to me.
You're going to bullshit me on my podcast?
No, it's never has.
Have you ever made love to a woman?
I don't think women throw themselves at guys. Of my stature, at least. I mean, I've seen women throw themselves at Adam Sandler. That's the only celebrity I've ever seen a woman actually throw themselves.
Yeah, that happens to him because he's cute. You're a little bit shifty. Women don't know what to make of you.
Yeah, like when I was young, they say they like kids with good senses of humor.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you got this, but I was always funny, but girls would just go, "You're weird." Not funny. They go, "You're weird."
Yeah.
Yeah.
The least funny guys in school.
They would be the funny guys.
They got all the pussy. I mean, the guys that were just like, I don't know. They didn't even have to. They could be from the right side of the tracks, not the wrong side, and they could just be just like a guy with a fucking crew cut. Never made a joke.
Sometimes you'd see guys like I knew this guy. I don't know if have you ever met a guy who's like, you don't even understand it, but it just gets women all the time, and it's like very mysterious.
Yeah.
But I know this one guy literally got a different woman every night. I'm not even exaggerating. I asked him what his secret was. He said he was a serial rapist.
So for him, it was just
I don't think that counts.
Perfect.
No, but when I was on Saturday Night Live, guys would come on, and they were handsome guys.
Yeah.
And they were convinced they were funny. And the publicist would go, "Oh, this is going to be really good for Gabriel's career because he's so funny, And then the fucking guy wouldn't be funny at all. And I came to me that how they always say like women like guys with senses of humor. It turns out they just laugh at handsome guys.
Yeah, exactly. The bar is lowered a lot. Yeah, I mean when you think about guys that are. That got into comedy, it was usually because they weren't good looking. You needed some way to get women to pay attention to you. So you cracked wise. Is that what they say in Canada?
I never did anything for girls. I mean, I've always heard that stuff.
But you're a good looking guy. I mean, you've always been tall, dark, handsome. You're the classic, lean, pretty eyes.
But my motive in life was never girls. I mean, I hear that like people buy cars to get girls.
Yeah.
And they do jokes or play the guitar or stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I never had that motive.
You love comedy. You love the craft of not just performing, but writing a joke is like a puzzle to you. You get off on that.
Mostly I get off on laughing at comedians. Like ever since I was a young boy, like I would get comedy albums when everyone else would get music.
Yep.
And I didn't really know music, but I knew every comedy album. And even now, like nothing makes me happier than listening to Brian Regan and guys and Bill Cosby and guys like that.
I just had Regan on the show 2 weeks ago,
did?
and I said there's nobody better.
Yeah, he's the best in the world.
He's the best.
Yeah.
And the thing about him is he breaks all the rules because he doesn't. It's not like I work clean, and so he doesn't wear that on his vest. He just is what he is, and he's just fucking perfect.
Yeah, he reminds me kind of like Steve Martin a little bit. But with legs. Oh, okay, cool, man.
You're the kind of guy that likes games. Here's a game that I thought of today. It's called Talk Your Way Out of It. I'm going to give you a situation that you're stuck in, and you're going to need to talk your way out of it somehow.
Okay.
You meet a beautiful woman. She wants to have sex with you, but she wants you to wear an afro wig. And while you're having sex with her, she's screaming racist shit at you. And then her neighbor opens the door and comes in. He's a black guy, and he's got a baseball bat.
All right, so I agree to do it.
Oh yeah, you want to have sex with her, so
I'm doing it.
You're willing to wear the black African wig, and she's screaming horrible racist stuff. The guy walks in. He's black, and he's got a baseball bat. He's very angry.
He walks in coito, like while we're doing it.
Yeah, her door wasn't fully locked, and the yelling was so loud. He could hear you guys from next apartment. He could hear her yelling the N-word and,
I see.
Fuck me. And
I got you.
And so
how do I talk? You want me to talk?
Now, you got to talk to the black gentleman who's got the baseball bat and talk your way out of this situation.
Okay. Hey, bro, let's kill this honky bitch.
So you just commit to black. You just go,
Yeah,
I'm
go,
with you.
come on, man, you and me, jive turkey.
And that was Talk Your Way Out of It with Norm Macdonald. Also, we've asked Norm Macdonald, I'm doing the Jimmy Kimmel Show on Wednesday night, and I have not boldly at all, I have total confidence. I will open my set on the Jimmy Kimmel Live show on Wednesday night, December 3rd, with the joke that Norm Macdonald will write during this podcast. The only parameters, and it doesn't have to be this, but I'd like it to be about airport security, how intense it's gotten. Anything jump off?
What is because I've heard that it's more intense or something.
Well, the pat downs.
I need more information.
The pat downs are a little bit more invasive. People are saying that their genitals are being touched. One woman had to remove her fake breast. She had like a breast.
Well, what happened is the new scanners, some people are it's not just the metal detector, it's a scanner, and it sometimes depicts you in an embarrassing way. So more people are rejecting the scanner.
In other words, they can see you like with X-ray vision. They can see your body
So
naked.
now if you reject the scanner, which you're entitled to, you get a pat down, but the pat down is pretty thorough. And some people are saying, you can pat me down, just not, on my privates.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, no deal.
So the airlines are saying, well, you made a choice to fly, and with that choice comes what some people consider to be overstepping. Norm, let's update us. What do you got for me? Opening joke, Jimmy Kimmel Live, Wednesday night.
Yeah.
We're looking for
what's going on?
Pat him down at the airport joke.
Yeah.
Now, again, no pressure. We've got another 12 minutes or so until this podcast is over.
Hey, do they ever do that thing where, isn't there something where they check your ass?
Yeah, it's a probe, anal probe.
Do they do that at the airport? What?
That's a bad attempt. That's a bad attempt at a joke.
Mike, why don't you just say it, Mike?
Gibbons
you don't want your fucking fingerprints on it?
He's an artist. No,
the TSA might think I keep my weapons between my festive testicles and what the fuck?
My anus.
And my anus.
What are you, in third grade? That's the stupidest joke I've ever heard. No wonder you handed it to him.
He didn't read the punchline.
What's the punchline?
Can I start from the beginning?
You know, you can't.
No, but what if I thought of something?
I'm trying to keep this ABC safe. This is the Disney.
Okay.
All right.
TSA might think I keep my weapons between my testicles and my anus, but they'd be right. How about
You're going meta on meta.
you should go, TSA should know. I doubt they'll find anything on me because I keep all my weapons near my male G-spot. Give them that warning.
You want to open with that?
I love it.
If they're not on board for that,
What's a good
I
TSA
walk.
joke?
You know what? If they don't laugh at that, I give them the finger. I walk off Jimmy Kimmel's stage.
I think working male G-spot into a joke is fairly new ground. I think it's kind of funny.
I want to go old ground on the first joke. I want
right.
something people can actually laugh at.
Listen, man,
Go
don't they
with
put
balls.
your fingers? Don't they put their fingers in your ass? Or
That's
something?
old school.
I've read that. I've heard about that.
They can put their fingers in your ass. Yeah.
Can
no,
they?
not fingers. One.
All right, can you say that in a clean way?
Yeah, anal probe. They can do an anal probe.
Yeah.
Digit.
So can you say? Can you work? Can you? I can just give you I can just give you the raw ingredients of a joke.
Give me the Garofalo.
I'll give you a tablet. Okay, so it's maybe they combine it somehow and check your prostate at the same time.
That's not. I see where you're going with it. So maybe it's like
Wait,
I flew
Did
in.
I not just say male G-spot?
Yeah,
That's
but
what it is.
No,
Shut
but
up,
this way
Mike.
it's like a health service. It's
I like it. So I just flew in from New York, and
The
good
good
news
news is there you go.
I'm not carrying any loaded weapons. The bad news is
I have
6 months to live.
to live.
It needs more
Well, it
explaining.
needs more explaining though.
The
Raw
good news-
ingredients.
I had a digital exam.
There can be a digital exam at John F. Kennedy Airport.
Good news is I'm not a heroin mule. Bad news is I'm not a heroin mule.
So I just flew in from JFK, and man, I don't know how else to say this.
Is my prostate tired?
That could work.
Maybe.
Just flew in from John F. Kennedy
It's a
Airport,
little
and boy is my
The screening is crazy at these airports.
Cavity?
I just flew in from JFK, and boy, is my prostate tired. There you go.
Yeah, I
Boy,
think that's
is
the word.
my cavity. Yeah. It's a little leap.
I just flew in from John F. Kennedy Airport and flew in with my mother, and I had no idea she had such full round breasts.
Boy, is the security guard's finger tired. I don't know.
I just flew in from just got into the airport. I'm not saying that the exam was intense, but tomorrow night I'm meeting the guy's mother. I just flew in. They gave me an exam that was so intense. The good news, that hemorrhoid's gone.
The bad news is I have an impacted molar.
Now that's intense. That's deep.
Boy, is the TSA guy's arm tired. That's close. It's a tough TSA. It's tricky.
No, it's not. This is easy.
Is it?
Just flew in. Flight was on time. I can tell because the guy screening me's watch is up my ass.
That's a great one.
There we go. Okay, done. I'm glad I had you write a joke for me, Norm
Were
Macdonald.
you just sitting on that the whole time?
No, I just thought of that.
That's excellent.
Norm Macdonald. He's anchored SNL's Weekend Update. He's roasted Bill Clinton and Bob Saget. And nobody can mumble their way through a lame joke like Norm can. Check him out at last year's Comedy Central roast of his friend and comedian Bob Saget.
Bob, you have a lot of well-wishers here tonight, and a lot of them would like to throw you down one. A well. They want to murder you in a well. Seems a little harsh, but apparently they want to murder you in a well. It says here on this card. Now, but Bob has a beautiful face, like a flower. Yeah, cauliflower. No offense, but your face looks like a cauliflower.
Norm Macdonald at the Bob Saget roast. The Canadian comedian stops by Richmond, BC tonight for a stand-up set. So Day 6 thought we'd say hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Excellent. I'm great.
You're doing stand-up tonight in Richmond, BC. If you bomb, will your fans riot?
Yeah, they'll all riot, except two of them will start kissing each other.
Hockey's obviously it's been a really crazy summer for hockey. And earlier this week, Sidney Crosby announced that he's recovering from his concussion, but we have no idea when he's going to play again. Have you been following the Sidney Crosby story at all?
Yeah, it's pretty depressing. I mean, obviously there's been a lot of concussive stories, which is bizarre that it just came out of nowhere like that. Because hockey, when I was a kid, was way rougher.
Did you ever take a hit on the ice?
Oh, yeah. Because when we were kids, because I'm real old, I'm 47, so when I was a kid, the Philadelphia Flyers were crazy, you know?
Oh, yeah.
As a matter of fact, I met Dave the Hammer Schultz when I was a little boy outside of Montreal Forum, and went out behind there, and the bus was like Slapshot, you know?
Right.
And he had a big fur coat on and stuff, and I went over to Schultz, and I wanted a autograph, you know? And the Hammer, he just looked at me and he threw a cigarette at me.
You didn't get an autograph at all?
No, I didn't. I was real sad as a kid, and then later on, and I was happy because it was much funner that he threw a cigarette at me.
I hope you kept the butt.
I should have, yeah. That team was so rough that even Bobby Clark, the star player, was a fighter. You know, it was crazy.
I had a look at your Twitter feed. First of all, what do you like about Twitter? Because you're pretty good on it.
I like Twitter because you can just think of stupid things and then immediately force them on people.
What was?
I didn't know you could do a bunch of stupid things. That did because Twitter came out, I guess, a long time ago, and And I thought it was people, like celebrities, going, "Hey, I'm eating an egg over at this restaurant, an egg restaurant or something." You know? That's what I thought it was about. So I said, "Well, that seems stupid." But then my buddy was telling me, "No, you can just write stupid jokes." And so I do that. And then the fun part is you read the comments and everyone hates you.
Well, what was the line you had about Gaddafi?
Gaddafi was the poisonous tyrant Muammar Gaddafi, the psychopath, is missing. Geez, I hope he's all right. Sometimes people get mad at me for a tweet. It's bizarre. And sometimes it's like a real, benign one, you know. That's when they're usually the most mad. And I remember one time, I just had watched Soylent Green, you know.
Yeah.
So I tweeted, I didn't know Soylent Green was people. Like, I've watched that movie 10 times. And a guy just told me Soylent Green was people, you know. And people got so mad, everybody's typing, they're like, "What are you, an idiot? Of course it's Soylent Green is people, you know."
Here's another tweet. You said, "I'm going to die one day. That's what really kills me." And
that's a good tweet.
That was one of yours.
I like that one.
But I just, you voiced the character of Death in the Family Guy cartoon, and it's just such a great classic cartoon. But that led you to an awkward situation on an airplane. Can you tell me about that?
Oh, yes, that's right, yes. It was very weird, that specific thing, because I only did it for 20 minutes, and then it became everybody watched it and stuff. That show is so popular, it's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was on an airplane, and I got the flight attendant came up to me, and these two kids had seen me on the airplane, recognized me. And so they had sent me a note, and the note said, "It's nice to see that Death is on the plane." So the flight attendant lady was very upset, and she was like, "What's this mean?" You know, and I'm trying to explain to her that's a cartoon, but she didn't know it and stuff. And so then when we got to JFK, they took us off. And if you were a terrorist cell, that would be the worst possible code name you could have is Death.
But you got Homeland Security.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, man, that Homeland Security, when you go in that back place is scary. There's all these crazy-looking people.
Do you have a favorite joke from your set tonight that you don't mind telling us right now on Saturday morning?
You want me to tell you a joke that I'm going to do tonight?
Yeah.
How about this one? You like this one? Yesterday, when I came over the border last night, yesterday evening, it doesn't matter when I came. But yesterday, I'm just talking. I'm doing my joke now.
Yeah.
Yesterday evening, when I came over the border, they asked for my ID. They always ask for my ID, and I thought that is a odd abbreviation, because I is short for I, and then D is short for identification. So they should have split that one up a little better.
I'm sure it'll work as a tweet.
Wait, what does that mean?
I don't know. I'm just listening to you. Hey, listen, it was great talking to you, Norm. Have a lot of fun in BC, all right?
Oh, absolutely. Thanks a lot.
Norm Macdonald is a comedian. He's playing a show tonight at the River Rock Show Theatre in Richmond, British Columbia. And you can follow him on Twitter. I recommend it. He's at Norm Macdonald. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Excellent. I'm great.
You're doing stand-up tonight in Richmond, BC. If you bomb, will your fans riot?
Yeah, they'll all riot, except two of them will start kissing each other.
Hockey's obviously it's been a really crazy summer for hockey, and earlier this week, Sidney Crosby announced that he's recovering from his concussion, but we have no idea when he's going to play again. Have you been following the Sidney Crosby story at all?
Yeah, it's pretty depressing. I mean, obviously there's been a lot of concussive stories, which is bizarre that it just came out of nowhere like that, because hockey when I was a kid was way rougher.
Did you ever take a hit on the ice?
Oh, yeah. Because when we were kids, because I'm real old, I'm 47, so when I was a kid, the Philadelphia Flyers were crazy, you know?
Oh, yeah.
As a matter of fact, I met Dave the Hammer Schultz when I was a little boy outside of Montreal Forum, and went out behind there, and there was the bus. It was like Slapshot, you know?
Right.
And he had a big fur coat on and stuff. And I went over to Schultz, and I wanted a autograph, you know? And the Hammer, and he just looked at me, and he threw a cigarette at me.
You didn't get an autograph at all?
No, I didn't. I was real sad as a kid, and then later on, and I was happy because it was much funner that he threw a cigarette at me.
I hope you kept the butt.
I should have, yeah. That team was so rough that even Bobby Clark, the star player, was a fighter. You know, it was crazy.
I had a look at your Twitter feed. First of all, what do you like about Twitter? Because you're pretty good on it.
I like Twitter because you can just think of stupid things and then immediately force them on people.
What was?
I didn't know you could do a bunch of stupid things. I did because Twitter came out, I guess, a long time ago, and I thought it was people like celebrities going, "Hey, I'm eating an egg over at this restaurant, an egg restaurant or something." You know? That's what I thought it was about. So I said, "Well, that seems stupid." But then my buddy was telling me, "No, you can just write stupid jokes," and and so I do that. And then the fun part is you read the comments and everyone hates you.
Well, what was the line you had about Gaddafi?
Gaddafi was the poisonous tyrant Muammar Gaddafi, the psychopath, is missing. Geez, I hope he's all right. Sometimes people get mad at me for a tweet. It's bizarre. And sometimes it's like a real, benign one, you know. That's when they're usually most mad. And I remember one time, I just had watched Soylent Green, you know.
Yeah.
So I tweeted, I didn't know Soylent Green was people. Like, I've watched that movie 10 times. And a guy just told me Soylent Green was people, you know. And people got so mad, everybody's typing, they're like, "What are you, an idiot? Of course it's Soylent Green is people, you know."
Here's another tweet. You said, "I'm going to die one day. That's what really kills me." And
that's a good tweet.
That was one of yours.
I like that one.
But I just, you voiced the character of Death in the Family Guy cartoon, and it's just such a great classic cartoon. But that led you to an awkward situation on an airplane. Can you tell me about that?
Oh, yes, that's right, yes. It was very weird, that specific thing, because I only did it for 20 minutes, and then it became everybody watched it and stuff. That show is so popular, it's insane.
Yeah.
But I was on an airplane, and I got the flight attendant came up to me, and these two kids had seen me on the airplane, recognized me. And so they had sent me a note, and the note said, "It's nice to see that Death is on the plane." So the flight attendant lady was very upset, and she was like, "What's this mean?" You know, and I'm trying to explain to her that's a cartoon, but she didn't know it and stuff. And so then when we got to JFK, they took us off. And if you were a terrorist cell, that would be the worst possible code name you could have is Death.
But you got Homeland Security.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, man, that Homeland Security, when you go in that back place is scary. There's all these crazy-looking people.
Do you have a favorite joke from your set tonight that you don't mind telling us right now on Saturday morning?
You want me to tell you a joke that I'm going to do tonight?
Yeah.
How about this one? You like this one? Yesterday, when I came over the border last night, yesterday evening, it doesn't matter when I came. But yesterday, I'm just talking. I'm doing my joke now.
Yeah.
Yesterday evening, when I came over the border, they asked for my ID. They always ask for my ID, and I thought that is a odd abbreviation because I is short for I, and then D is short for identification. So they should have split that one up a little better.
I'm sure it'll work as a tweet.
Wait, what does that mean?
I don't know. I'm just listening to you. Hey, listen, it was great talking to you, Norm. Have a lot of fun in BC, all right?
Oh, absolutely. Thanks a lot.
So the studio was probably empty.
Great story. Hold on the line. 877-937-1047. We got a lot more calls. Want to hear about your Mariah moment. Mariah moment next with John, Jay, and Rich.
Can't believe what you just heard? Listen to John, Jay, and Rich again by visiting the podcast page at johnjayandrich.com.
John, Jay, and Rich. Phone number is 877-937-1047. In the studio, hanging with us for our Mariah moments is comedian Norm Macdonald performing at the Tempe Improv. What's up, Norm?
Hey, man, it'll be cool to listen to the Mariah moments.
Do you have a Mariah moment, Norm Macdonald?
Good sell.
I met her.
Were you ever drunk on SNL?
Oh, the Mariah moment means what? I don't know what happened. I forgot what the premise of the Mariah.
Mariah won an award
Mariah
and she
did
was
something.
hammered on stage when she got the award. Did you ever do Weekend Update when you were drunk?
No, I never performed when I was. I don't think, but I've done crazy, insane things when I've been intoxicated in my life.
Like?
Well, you guys, I'll think of the worst one, but you can listen.
Amber in Denver, what's your Mariah moment?
My Mariah moment is when I was in college, I worked for attorneys. My boyfriend and I got pretty intoxicated one night and decided to borrow my girlfriend's key to the courthouse, and we went to the courtroom and turned the PA system on and started doing the mattress mambo.
What?
And we started hearing noises, and come to find out, the Bar Association was having their monthly meeting in the courtroom next door.
That's like a penthouse letter.
And I worked for a lawyer, so it was pretty much the talk of the town for a long time.
You didn't get fired? Of course she didn't get fired. Why would they fire her for that?
Wait, what did you say? What was that term? Gymnastics? Bedroom gymnastics?
They didn't know that it was us. To this day, they still don't know. And I'm really good friends with a bunch of the guys, so...
Mattress mambo. We use that word because we think that the SEX word is too hardcore for radio.
Oh, I got you.
It's uncomfortable. So mattress mambo just seems to flow. It's kind of become our vernacular vocabulary.
One time, I got my Mariah moment.
Yeah.
I was, I don't drink very much, right? So this was, I was on Saturday Night Live when I first started. I was 30 or whatever, and the guy that was the receptionist was this handsome young kid, he was like 18 or something, because they start young, the receptionist at Saturday Night Live, and then they move up. A real nice kid, She said, I'll take you to bars. And I just drank beer because I'm from Canada. So I went to a bar, and they had these little drinks called shooters.
Mm-hmm.
Tastes like candy. Like people just walk around with trays of them. So I'm like, this is nothing. Just keep drinking it. It tastes like candy. What are you guys... retarded or Down syndrome?
Oh my gosh.
He's so politically correct.
I'm like, this is like nothing. So then all of a sudden everything changed. I'm like, I can't find things. I remember I was on the street and my wallet fell down, but it looked like 100 miles away. And I was like, So I found my friend, right? And I go, the 18-year-old kid, I go, I don't know where I am. I go, you got to promise whatever happens, even if you get a girl, whatever, it doesn't matter. You have to get me to my apartment because I don't know where I am. Like I'll die. Someone will kill me. So then he took me, but we sped back in a cab, and I put my head out the window the whole time. And I was like, I trying to breathe air. I wouldn't vomit, And so then I get out, and my face, like the next day, the doorman told me my face was white and my lips were blue.
Whoa!
That's how drunk I was, right? And so. I go, you gotta have me up to the guy, and I'm just hanging on, I'm like barely alive, and so he gets me up to my room, to my apartment building, and I go in my bed and I lie flat on my back on the bed, and as I'm drunk, I feel like vomit coming up my throat, and I know why people choke on their own vomit. Because I was so drunk, I couldn't get my gross motor skills to work. I couldn't move my neck to the left.
You were hammered.
Insane. So I could feel like the vomit coming out of me. I was like, oh, my God, I'm going to die, choke on it. So I go, and he grabbed my head and, pulled it to one side, and I threw up, man. So, anyways, a couple hours later, I was all right, and he left and everything. And then I noticed for the next couple of weeks, my doormen, these New York City doormen, real tough guys, they were treating me odd, And I was like, people get drunk. It's not a big thing, right? Anyways, it turned out they thought, because all they saw was me coming in
with an 18-year-old?
With an 18-year-old guy going up to my thing, and then 2 hours later he leaves. So they think I'm some, some decadent guy. So then I go, no, I'm not a gay guy. Like that guy's just a guy at the receptionist. So then the guy goes, whatever you want, buddy, it's all right. I go, no,
That to them, you just admitted being guilty by denying it.
Yeah, I was
like, hey, we don't judge.
Whatever you want. But meanwhile, they did judge. They didn't like it at all.
Right. We know what you did, but we don't care.
Whatever you
And you're like, I can't believe these guys are being mean to me because I'm gay. But I'm really not gay, but they think I'm gay.
Yeah.
That's got to be a little freaky to be alone from Canada in New York on a big show and then have no idea where you are on top of it and hammered.
I was always afraid of when I first, because you don't know about New York when you're in Canada. You just hear stories.
Yeah.
So the first time I went I did Letterman, and they put me up in a hotel, really nice hotel. It was across from Central Park. But I just seen shows on TV when I was a kid where Central Park, everyone got mugged.
Absolutely.
So I thought they'd put me in the worst hotel. So I was like, I'm not going out. Like I just stayed in my. I remember looking out my window at Central Park,
Heading for crime.
and I thought in Central Park people were just getting beaten up, badly,
Death Wish,
stabbed, and I was like, who would go in that park?
Norm Macdonald's here performing at 10 p.m. Improv from Saturday Night Live. He's in the studio. We're going to talk to him some more. We'll do another round of your Mariah moment, how you were totally hammered and did something embarrassing. Norm Macdonald in the studio. We talk to him more next with John, Jay, and Rich.
You guys are going to be great.
Norm Macdonald is here. He's performing at the Tempe Improv. Hey, what's your take, man? Since you've been famous for a long time, Saturday Night Live, been on Letterman. I'm sure you know Leno. What's your take on this whole Conan, Leno, Letterman stuff going on right now?
Oh, I don't have a take.
Do you know the inside scoop?
No.
Well, here's what it looks like to us.
I don't even know what the inside scoop is. Last time I heard that, Jimmy Olsen said it.
What was it? Come on, you got the scoop? Give it to me. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth, Dor. What do you know? What's on the inside?
People don't tell me anything.
Yeah, but
what's the word on the street?
I have no exactly.
So you're saying I got a
no
chance?
Inside route to no one's gonna phone me and go, "Hey Norm, what's your? You have an opinion on this? You want to weigh in?" So they don't phone me.
Yeah, but maybe talking to a pal or something. So Leno, they give Conan the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Leno does this primetime thing. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Conan's ratings aren't working, but it's only been 7 months, where Leno had 2-3 years before he had that Hugh Grant moment and all the ratings went up.
Right. That's true.
They don't give Conan that chance. And now, I don't know if you know what's going on now. Now they've gave Leno the Tonight Show. He's going back to the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
So no thoughts?
I predicted it.
You did?
Yes.
Out loud or just in your brain?
I actually predicted it on the Conan show when it was on NBC.
So you told Conan that your show...
I said Jay's outfoxed you again.
Outfoxed you?
Yeah, I knew Jay wasn't going anywhere.
Well, because you know Jay?
Because Jay is Jay doesn't, his thing is, I don't explain, I don't complain, And he's got, so everybody has a legitimate beef because Jay Leno's going, hey, I was on at 11:30 and I was beating everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He's not saying I want the job back. He's saying I'll leave. He doesn't care.
Jay's saying he'll leave?
Yeah, Jay will leave and go to Fox. He doesn't care.
But NBC's not letting him out.
NBC, what?
So NBC doesn't let him out of his deal.
So NBC's making the decision.
So NBC's like, well, we'll put you on at 10, and that doesn't work. And they go, well, we don't want you to go to Fox,
right.
so we'll put you back in the Tonight Show.
Of course, I can see the Jay's position. He's like, he didn't ask to go to 10.
Mm-hmm.
He had the #1 show at 11:30. So then he didn't ask for that, and NBC did it.
And NBC probably doesn't care if Conan goes to Fox.
They probably should. But then they wanted Conan. But if you remember back when 10 years ago, they had a scheme where Leno would go on at 11:30, and then Letterman would follow him at 12:30, and then a year later Letterman would go to 11:30 or something. They always just want to keep everything they have. You know what I mean?
Do we have that clip of Jimmy Kimmel? Jimmy Kimmel was on Leno last night.
Oh yeah.
And you know how they do almost like, especially with Leno, all the sketches, every question and answer is already set up.
Yeah.
I think Kimmel went a little off sketch and threw Leno off. Check this out.
Number 5.
Yeah, I see.
Kind of awkward.
But performers don't give themselves jobs. This is all insane. Jay Leno is not giving himself the 11:30 spot at NBC.
So you think it's bad? Everyone's kind of blaming Leno.
Well, it's not Leno. Well, yeah, Leno can't give himself a job.
Yeah, but Leno could walk away and say, "Hey, my time. I've had my time."
Leno could quit. Yeah, but Leno can't say, "Give me 11:30." All he can say is, "Can I do 11:30?" You can't.
I'm ready. He says, "I'm ready. Let's go."
You can ask a person for a job, but you can't take the job.
But
Leno
Leno
doesn't have the power to take.
he
Conan's
does.
Job. No, he doesn't.
Leno can say, "Hey, if you don't give me the Tonight
decision.
Show, fine, don't give me the Tonight Show, but I'm going to go to Fox then."
Yeah,
and they're going to say, "Well, you put me in a situation." They're going to say, "We don't want you to go to Fox," so they give you the Tonight Show.
Well, that's NBC's decision. Leno's saying, I'm not going to quit doing a talk show. They don't want him at 10 o'clock. He's like, I'm not going to quit. I was the number one talk show host. Why would I quit?
He likes doing it. He's making money. He supports his tour.
Another network will pay him to be the best, to be the most popular talk show host in the world. Why doesn't the most popular talk show host in the world have a right to be a talk show host?
That's a good point.
But you know what? You don't like NBC either, do you? Because they're the ones that screwed with you because you kept making all the OJ jokes, huh?
No, I don't not like them. I'm exactly the same with them. Like, they had a right to not hire me, just like they have a right to not hire or fire anybody they want. I could care less. Plus, there's enough networks for Conan, who I think is great. I think he's hilarious. If I was NBC, I'd keep Conan probably, because he's so much younger. Leno has a case. Letterman has a case. They
Jimmy
all have
Fallon?
cases. Jimmy Fallon has a case.
Yeah, so what do they do, though? You said you'd keep Conan, but Conan wants the Tonight Show.
But it doesn't matter what TV show. It doesn't matter what. I don't know why these guys care about time slots. Or everybody just puts their things on TiVo. I can watch anything without commercials. These guys are living in the 50s where 11:30 is important.
I heard
why
Conan.
is 11:30 important?
I heard Conan say that is
well
important.
Well said, Norm.
Well, I don't know why it's important. It's a number. Like, I can
Do people
watch it.
tape that, though? Do people tape the Tonight Show, or do they just kind of watch it when they go to the bed?
I tape it.
Yeah, I tape it too.
Yeah, I just tape everything. I don't even tape anything. I just see it on YouTube.
I tape it on VHS.
Some guy shows me. He goes, "Hey, here's what Kimmel said," like you just did. That's you know what I mean.
That's what I'm here for, Norm.
Damn it, Norm.
But, you know what I mean? I
as
watch
angry
old
as I
TV
am, you
shows.
make a damn valid point of everything you're saying. It pisses me off.
It's interesting because the people that have taken off on Jay, almost when I hear them take off on Jay, it sounds like it's their ego with the problem, not Jay. I heard Rosie O'Donnell saying that she was offered to do Friday nights on The Tonight Show. And I guess NBC went back to Jay and he's like, I'm cool. I can work Friday nights. I'd rather nobody else do the show but me.
So Rosie O'Donnell was NBC was going to do with her on Friday nights?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, now I really like NBC.
Well,
but they're not doing that.
Well, this was a while ago, I guess, back in the day. And Leno said, I want to do the show. And I think about it. We do a show here. If somebody said, hey, guess what, Tuesday, we're bringing in a show from Minneapolis. We tell them, we're here. We're ready to go.
Right.
You don't need that show.
Right.
So why are you mad at the guy who's ready to work?
Yes, especially if he has the #1 show.
Do you know Conan O'Brien, right?
Yeah, I love Conan.
Do you have his phone number? Like, do you guys talk?
Well, I'm not really that close anyway. I only do the Conan O'Brien show. I love Conan. He's my favorite guy to be a guest on.
Well, you guys were pals from back when he was a writer for Saturday Night Live?
No, I started Saturday Night Live when he started hosting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The Tonight.
He's been there for a while.
Right before that, but he was. Yeah, he's been doing it for a long time. But I understand everyone's position exactly. I think other guys that are other talk show hosts should just stay out of it. Just let
like Jimmy Kimmel shouldn't be in it. You don't think?
I don't know. Whatever their decisions, but they're just if they're playing for laughs, who cares? But they're all lucky to.
Like Jimmy's, you just heard right there.
Like, I was watching TV and they were like 100,000. That was the day that everybody in Haiti died, except 4 people, and it was like we're going to show this on the TV and this, but this was in L.A. And then right after they go, but the big news, Jay and.
It's like that this morning on CNN. I'm not kidding. This morning I was watching the headline news on CNN because I want to catch up on the earthquake and find out everything's going on. But because we're headline news, let's talk about Jay Leto. And then they play clips of the monologue from last night.
Sad.
Norm Macdonald.
Jay always goes. Jay has the attitude where he's like, "Hey, it's just a bunch of multimillionaires." That's what he said last night. Hey, it's multimillionaires arguing. That's what.
I don't know how relatable that is.
Well, he's saying that's what the average man thinks. That's
probably
that's a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah. All right, Norm, you're at the Tempe Improv all this weekend. TempeImprov.com. Thanks for coming in again, dude. It's always cool to hang with you.
This was fun, man.
Was it really?
Was it fun for you guys?
Yeah, it was. It was very insightful.
Welcome to CB Radio. My name is Cameron Buchholz, and I am here at the Cap City Comedy Club, sitting with a Mr. Norm Macdonald and a Mr. Kevin Farley, and a few lovely ladies who are just sitting in.
What's this podcast called?
It's called CB Radio. It's
Radio?
it's like my initials, so it's like a play on the.
How do you spell your name?
It's Buchholz, which is
Buchholz.
Yeah, it's as German as it gets.
That is German.
Yeah, it's pretty
Scared you
hardcore.
already.
I know, right?
No, I'm kidding.
But
Anyway.
Huh?
Anyway.
Seem like a nice fella. Okay, let's start this thing.
But you guys just finished up your weekend here at Cap City.
At Cap City.
Cap City.
We had fun.
Yeah, it seems like it was successful. All 4 shows sold out. That's something.
Yeah. Thank God. That was fun. Yeah, it's good, right? No, it's sold out. It's good. I mean, it'd be horrible if it wasn't, you know?
Well, it'd be a normal weekend here if it wasn't.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah?
I don't know.
They don't sell out
I
here?
mean, they sell out. I mean, they sell out a fair amount, but I mean, it's not,
I think the
not
first
all the
time
shows.
we pulled up into this place, you used to have a place called Dracula's.
Yeah.
And the first thing Norm said when we pulled in, he goes, Jesus, where's Dracula's? And I go, I don't know. What's Dracula's? Apparently it was a restaurant or something?
Yeah, exactly. It has been replaced.
And what happened to Dracula's?
I don't know. I'm not.
Still
I just know it's gone.
Dracula's.
But we do know that I lost my first 15 minutes of my act.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Because the establishment no longer existed.
Well, tell us, what was it? So you tell a joke about the
Did you eat there?
Yes, I'd say if you like Transylvanian food, if you enjoy people's necks as your entree, perhaps you would like Dracula's.
But no, I still, every once in a while, I'll see.
That went on for 15 minutes? Wow.
I talked to I'm just telling you the highlights. I wasn't telling you the whole bit. I talk a long time about stuff.
But I still occasionally will see.
What's going on?
Who's this?
Now you got to respond to what I'm
Introduce
saying.
before you go.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
No, she didn't respond to what I was saying. So.
We have a couple guests here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's after the late show. It's after the late show. It's to be expected. It's
We're here in Austin, and it's a city in Texas that is the only city that's sort of ashamed of country music. I love country music personally, but I find
I guess you're true. That's true.
only actual
right.
kind, like outlaw country kind of. Billy Joe Shaver. No, miss, I don't.
like
But doesn't Billy Joe Shaver live in Austin?
He lives in Waco. But Austin sort of, we're not into country. We're too cool for country, kind of.
There are all kinds of music here in Austin, right?
But
yeah, it's
everything but country. I find
everything that's hip. I think is all that's Well, or there's lots of
make a conscious decision to stay away from country here in Austin.
I don't think so, but I mean, it's just the punk rock scene and the indie rock scene is just real big here. Yeah.
But Hank Williams Jr. Hank Williams III isn't here, and he's like punk.
He's a punker?
He's punk, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there is some of that, like the alternative country or whatever that's here. But now, have you guys been able to go out?
Norm and I are both traditional.
Well, Billy Joe's not really traditional. He's not like Lefty Frizzell or anything. He's like outlaw,
Now, have you guys had a chance to leave this desolate area of Austin?
No,
and
we haven't. We're looking forward to it. But unfortunately, we picked the only weekend where it rained.
Yeah, it's been a drought for like years.
Drought for a long time,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden we come into town and it's raining. So we've been at the DoubleTree for 2 days, staring out the window.
One person asked me, "Did you bring the rain with you?" So I said, "No, it wasn't raining in Los Angeles." She said, "It still works." I go, "No, it doesn't." That's what a woman told me. She goes, "Did you bring the rain with you?" I said, "It would only work if it."
Yeah, that's like if you're from Seattle or something.
Yeah,
maybe
if it was raining where you were.
That's right. We didn't bring it unless my personality brought the rain. My dark personality.
Just bumming everybody out.
Well, yeah, because I guess you guys had a drought for
Yeah.
You had no rain at all until this weekend.
Yeah, pretty
much. Did you get the vodka I ordered you?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Did you drink it?
Norm gave me a vodka. Why? What's in it?
Yeah, you seem
making me kind of nervous.
Yeah, you seem awfully interested.
Yes, thank you for the vodka. And he's looking at me going, "Did you drink it? How do you feel? Do you feel funny?
No, tell them.
Do you feel different? What did you put in my vodka?"
I don't know.
you
Norm
just
plays
gotta-
pranks on me. That's
No,
not
no,
what
no,
it is.
we don't.
Well, it's the last night of your weekend here, so he's got to try to get it in while he can.
Plus, we've been on the road for a long time, Norm and I.
We've been on the road for a long time, man, like an old married couple.
We are a little bit of an old married couple.
Finishing each other's sentences, that sort of thing. Yeah, fucking each other.
Yeah. Whoa.
No, wait.
No.
Wait.
That never went on. No. I mean, the finishing sentence.
Marital sex. that sort
Sure,
of
right.
thing.
But we never fucked each other.
We're not married, but finishing each other's sentences, playing
That we
games.
do, yeah.
Marital sex. No.
Once again, no. Edit this. No.
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
No, that's just
Oh, they tattoo their names on their titties? Is that...
Dallas skyline. Yeah, the Austin skyline.
So if a girl really likes a guy,
That's what they do.
she'll tattoo his name on her titties.
Yeah, swear to God.
Oh.
Especially if they break up, then she has to put like another line underneath, and then it becomes like fucking, the Dead Sea.
I had a girl like tattoo her name, tattoo my name on her heel. It was,
On her heel,
Yeah,
so
well,
she could step on you.
it wasn't nice.
It wasn't nice at all.
But I imagine that's not a place that you could actually it won't stay there. So if you
the heel?
tattoo your heel, I think it would go away.
The heel?
Yeah, I think so. At least the bottom of your heel. I don't know.
Off? I don't think tattoos scrape off, do they?
I have a finger tattoo that is disappearing on that certain thing.
Yeah, I
so
see it. Yeah, what is it?
It is the state of Oklahoma.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Oh, poor Oklahoma.
But anyway, but no, I mean, you opened for Norm on a fair amount. I'm trying to keep this thing on track.
Let's try to.
It's a little. This is a.
You're in charge here. Let's keep it on track.
Despite what it may seem like, it's an almost professional show, and but no, you're on the road together a lot.
Norm is kind enough to bring me out on the road and teach me the ropes. And I'm not a stand-up. I just kind of do acting, and I've done that. I've done Second City and stuff. So it's fun.
Yeah, you've only been doing stand-up, a couple years now? Or?
Yeah, about a year and a half. No, about 2, maybe.
By the end, we were playing the Moonface Boys.
Norm's doing I was an actor in a movie called The Straight Story, which was David Lynch.
Oh, okay.
Years ago. And it was with Richard Farnsworth, and my brother John and I played a couple. If somebody's listening out there, they can rent the movie. It's actually a good movie.
Well, if it's David Lynch, it has to be something.
But it's actually not a David Lynch type film.
Oh, okay.
That's the different thing about it.
It's
was
G-rated.
G-rated. Yeah. And there was a scene where Norm does a great impression of Richard Farnsworth at the bar talking to another World War II veteran about how the war got a little crazy. So,
and that impression is only to entertain you, because I can't imagine if you were to do that on stage
really
tonight.
Knows the impression, right? No, and it's just if you rent the movie, he's at the bar with another old timer, and he knows he's been through the World War, and he's telling a story about how bad the war was, basically, and they were connecting on that level, but it's some rural bar in Wisconsin, and it's just these two old guys talking. And so with that, I give you Norm Macdonald doing Richard Farnsworth. Go ahead.
I don't remember the words.
Well,
I don't
they're at
remember
the bar,
words.
and there was a boy, remember, a sharpshooter.
Well, they put me up as the lookout, and they had a boy would go across enemy lines. They found him in Kentucky, and he was a good shot and a good boy too. And he had disappeared, and I was up all night. And in the middle of the night, I heard a shake of leaves, and I took a shot, and more leaves shaked, and I took another shot. Finally, the leaves stopped shaking. The next day, they found the boy, and he was gone, and they figured the Germans got him. Everybody thought that. Everybody but me.
There you go.
Well, here's what you do. You replace the 15 minutes that you lost when Dracula left, and just replace it with that impression, and you're golden. You didn't lose anything.
That's true.
An obscure movie and an obscure scene, but if you rent it, you'll see what he's talking about.
I don't want to. I think that'll ruin it. I just want it to just live on just as that.
It's a hard G. I call that movie a hard G. In a way, it's one of his darkest movies. I figured it out. I told you that. About the fire, remember? I said you got to rewatch the movie.
Yeah.
If you rewatch the movie with Richard Farnsworth as a villain, puts it in a completely different movie. It's amazing.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. Well, actually,
he's a villain in that movie. He's not a good guy.
we
He's not
took
a
that
good
movie
guy.
to the Cannes Film Festival, you know, and we went. This is the only time. Listen, I'm a shitty actor. Let's not.
You mean Together didn't go to the Cannes Film Festival?
But I was lucky enough to be into this fucking David Lynch film.
Yeah.
Okay. And believe me, and we took it to the Cannes Film Festival. I'm sitting at the Cannes Film Festival. We take it to the Cannes Film Festival. I'm with David Lynch, my mother, and Johnny. And this thing gets a standing ovation. This movie we did. Richard has, at that point, about a week to live because he had cancer. And he was nominated for an Oscar that year for this movie. And it was a 20-minute standing ovation from the French, who don't like fucking anybody. Sure. Okay? And we're sitting there just going, Jesus. You know, I mean, it was an amazing experience for me just to sit there and be at the Cannes Film Festival. I'm a fucking shitty actor, and I'll admit it. And I'm sitting there just going with all these people. I was lucky to be in the movie. A lot of people don't like the movie. It's a slow-moving movie. It's about a guy on a tractor, okay? And so a lot of people would be like, fuck this, I got to take a dump. I'm not going to listen to this movie.
Yeah.
It's a very slow film.
What were you telling me about children, like how much you liked children that time? It was very nice. It was like,
what's that?
You told me about how you liked, if you can't remember, it's all right.
I like
if you're
children?
embarrassed by it, it was just a sweet, no, it was a sweet thing. No, if you want to, no, go ahead.
I like children.
Oh, well, you don't? I don't know. Do you not?
No, I do like children, yeah. Why?
Well, you said something about it one time, but if you have nothing to say about it, never mind. I'm sorry.
Why do I like children? I don't know.
I think that's a rabbit hole that I don't want to go down.
No,
I think it's what's.
Yeah.
Oh, not in that way.
That way, no. I do like children. Yeah, I've always liked.
But I feel like when you have that conversation, there's no way to not make it creepy.
No,
like
I
even
guess
if it's
not.
totally innocent.
Well, in the land that we live
I
in
didn't
today,
think of it
that
I don't think he did. No.
Oh, but is that what you meant?
Maybe he just likes stem cell research.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry, I can't.
Like now, he turns and he's like, "Oh, you been? I've got to get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here."
Anyway.
I love this completely turned around.
Like my child.
Number one, never said it. Number two, just completely labeled me a pedophile within 30 seconds.
Norm, have you given
like
up
him
on
that way? Wow, I gotta go. Fuck.
No, Norm, have you given up on me? Have you given up? You put your microphone down. I feel like you're done.
Now listen.
Yeah.
Now listen here.
What do you have to fucking say, Sandusky?
All of a sudden, I'm Sandusky within 30 seconds. Within 30 seconds, I'm Sandusky. No, I actually don't like children.
Okay. Yeah, good. Dig yourself out of the hole. It'll be good. Yeah, I'll give you
No,
easier.
you know, reality.
Yeah.
I don't like other people's children.
Yeah.
I hate them.
They suck.
I don't.
Yeah.
Well, they
almost
suck,
always.
yeah. They do. And I've never had kids, so it's like I just don't give a shit.
Do you think you guys all think children suck?
No, I don't think they suck. I just think I don't like being around other kids.
Children.
Yeah.
You don't like being around children.
I don't.
The greatest fucking people ever.
No, I don't.
Communist children, they behave.
No, you know it's funny when they grow up to be adults, they become so fucking interesting then. You're right. What's fucking more boring than a child?
The only people
It's
that
like when they become adults and they act all exactly alike that they're fucking cool.
children are only interesting to the parents of that children.
That's bullshit, man.
No,
I'm interested in all children. I'm telling you that. I'm
Well,
interested.
now
in all...
you're Sandusky.
No, I'm interested in all children, and I'm interested in almost no adults.
No, I disagree.
I'm telling you the truth. When I meet
five-year-old
when I
came
meet
in and
kids, a
started
5-year-old
throwing
came
shit
in, I talked to them, not you. None of you guys. I talked to the fucking 5-year-old over any of you guys. Seriously, I would.
I
What?
disagree. If there was a
I don't
5-year-old girl
disagree.
that came in here,
It was up
and
to
she
me.
was right next to this hot chick,
I would talk
you
to
would
the
talk
girl.
to the hot chick.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
What if the hot
Telling you
chick had
honestly
weed?
what I do if there was no like social ramifications, I'd talk to the 5-year-old child because I think that would be the funnest. That's what I do.
over a hot model.
Well, if I was trying to get fucked, no, I'd ignore the child. If she was at a nightclub, I'm just saying I'm saying for a 5-minute thing.
Not me. I'd be like, beat it, kid. I'm talking.
But you're saying it, but that's not how you framed it. That's not how you framed it. You didn't say like I don't like kids, but I like older ladies. You know, you said I don't like
older
kids
ladies.
at all.
There said older ladies.
No, well, you said I don't like kids at all, and then now it's like which would you rather have, the kid or the lady?
No, I'm just
making
saying
a choice.
When I go around other
ridiculous.
People's kids, when I go around other people's kids, I'm always just kind of like.
But you could say ice cream sandwiches. Say, I like ice cream sandwiches. You tell me you'd eat an ice cream sandwich instead of fuck her? I'm like, what? I was saying I like ice cream sandwiches.
I don't know how this turned into some sort of weird game of Would You Rather.
30 seconds. Jesus Christ. You're the one that turned me into Sandusky in 30 seconds. I said nothing.
We're back to the Toys for Twats.
Toys for Twats. That's a funny name for an adult bookstore, yeah.
But it's freezing in this room.
Yes, it is. How come you have this so cold?
What else do you want to do?
I'm not in control of
what
the,
else
the
you want to do
Cap
in this
City
interview?
climate. I don't know.
What else you want to do, man? How do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, no, it's about time we wrap it up.
Yeah.
I think.
What should we do to wrap it up?
Well, how do we hear about this?
I mean, when I post it, you'll get added on Twitter and the Facebooks probably.
Right. Let us know when this thing airs.
But what is it? Do you have websites?
Yeah.
KevinFarley.com. Did you get that?
My Twitter is I'm Kevin Farley.
Okay.
I am Kevin Farley. And Norm, you're at just Norm Macdonald Twitter.
I guess somewhere on there. I'm on the blogosphere.
No,
you're in the internet.
Did you have to pay to get your name, or your people have to? No one no sort of web squatter got your name.
Oh God, some web squatter took my brother Chris's name, and I've been in litigation for 3 years on the damn thing. These squatters.
Worst use for 3 years ever.
Well, I don't really pursue it that hard.
Guys, every day for 3 years.
I'm like, no.
What are you doing?
I go.
Chris Farley.
Every year I check into it, and he's like, "Is the squatter going to give it up?" No.
Well, all right. Well, thanks, gentlemen, for sitting down with me.
Cyber squatter. I think we should point that out.
Yeah.
Not a physical squatter.
I got to take a squat.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Well, all right.
Sign us off?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks, guys. And thanks, everybody, for listening.
I loved watching this guy on SNL. It's Burt Reynolds, and when he did the Weekend Update thing, I thought it was just a scream. Norm's show was great. I watch him play poker. I watch his sports show, and I'm glad he's at Zany's tonight and tomorrow night. He is at the Zany's in St. Charles. We welcome to AM 560 with John and Amy. Norm Macdonald. Good morning, Norm.
Hey, John, how you doing, man? Oh, there he goes. Well, don't yell. We're in a car. Hey,
Norm, yesterday Dennis Miller said that we were going to be lucky to have you on the air because you ditched Dennis Miller. Dennis Miller told us any early morning interview with Norm Macdonald is fraught with danger. Is that true?
Well, he phones me really early, Dennis, and wakes me up. And then he thinks it's very funny that I don't sound like all chipper.
But he says that you show up, you only show up, 3 out of 10 times?
Oh, yes, that's true, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, Norm, we were just watching Channel 9, and we saw you riding in on a motorized beer cooler.
Yeah, it was very confusing. I didn't know what was going on.
Did they put you on there, or did you bring that prop on your own?
That was not my idea. They saw the motorized cooler bit. No, that was... And listen, by the way, don't do that. It's very dangerous.
Was there beer inside the cooler, Norm?
No, there was no beer. Why did you think I was drunk too? Someone else thought I was drunk. What? I think Amy thought I was drunk as well.
You know what it is? I mean, I've seen you on a variety of interviews, and like I said, I'm a big fan, but you must really hate doing interviews because they seem to be kind of obligatory, and most comedians don't want to obviously give up their material on a radio or a television show, and I get that, but is this just part of the gig? Like, obviously, Rick is making you do all these interviews this morning, isn't he?
Yes, Rick is making me do all these interviews. It's true.
Yeah.
You know Rick.
Is Rick driving the car right now, Norm?
Rick's sitting in the front seat, enjoying the day. I'm sitting in the back seat with Kevin Farley, trying to keep it together.
Oh, I love Kevin Farley.
You love Kevin Farley? Hold on, man.
We spent a St. Patrick's Day together. Kevin, we spent a St. Patrick's Day together in Detroit. Do you remember that? Back in the
yeah.
late 90s?
My God, yes.
Yes, that was a good time, huh?
Yes, that was excellent.
Thank you. You're a great kisser. I appreciate it.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you. So are you.
Now we're getting someplace.
Yeah, now this interview's taking a turn. Boy.
Do tell. Go ahead.
No, we were...
Don't forget to tell her about Pheasant Run Zanies.
Oh, yeah, we're in Zanies. I'm going to be opening up for Norm at Zanies.
Oh, cool. That's great. And now, where are you guys heading now? To Fox Chicago?
I guess so. Where are we headed? ABC. Windy City Live.
Oh, that's going to be great. Yeah, that starts at 9 o'clock our time live. You guys have got to behave. Valerie and Ryan Cheverini. They're very shy, okay?
If Rokon is there, push him off his stool.
Okay. I'll do that.
All right, well, thanks, Kevin. Good talking to you. Can we say goodbye to Norm real quick?
Wait, why? You guys talk a lot.
More than you talk, Norm.
I thought you were just going to say hi.
No, we had a past. There's a brief past.
You guys have a backstory?
Yeah.
Tell Kevin he'll be on a subpoena list soon.
Kevin, you said what? No, they were saying what? She said I made out with her. Yeah, you made out with Amy? Yeah.
You're in for a world of hurt. Good luck. Get a lawyer.
I'm disease-free, guys.
She's going to do some Herman Cain allegation against you.
Oh, that's already come out. I already beat you to that one. So, why are you going to do you talk about politics in your show?
I don't know anything about it, but I was just in New York. They're occupying Wall Street.
And?
Did they occupy anything here?
They tried. They had an orchestrated event with Chicago police where they call it the get along, move along theory, where no one's really arrested. They just hand out tickets.
Oh, I see, yeah. And they had that unpleasantness at the convention.
In 68, yes.
Yeah.
But we try not to remember that.
Oh, I didn't mean to bring it up.
Not this audience. This audience loves that. Are you kidding me? 68? Oh, that was a triumph. That's when police were still police.
That's right.
Norm, have fun tonight, Zanies tonight and tomorrow night. Go to Zanies.com. I appreciate your work. I would love to see you perform this weekend, and we look forward to having you back, okay?
Well, why don't you come to the show then?
I think I might.
Yay! John's coming to the show.
And I'm coming for the opening act, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, you will be, Amy.
All right, I'm going to drop the shovel here. Thank you, Norm.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good gig, and we appreciate you having time to join us here on the beer cooler. All right, that's Norm Macdonald here. So, as in getting prepared for the interview yesterday, and you can see what a fine job I did.
Norm Macdonald is in studio with us, comedian and actor. Also, Kevin Farley, who I saw at the Venetian last summer. Yeah. Kevin Farley, you were good.
Oh, thank you.
Really good. Like, you didn't have everything scripted. You just got up and told stories.
That's what I do, yeah.
It was good.
Because, I have an improv background, so I don't really know how to tell jokes. So I tell stories.
You're just a funny guy.
Thanks.
You guys are at the Helium Comedy Club this weekend. Tonight, showtime's 8 o'clock tonight, and Friday and Saturday, 2 shows each night, 7:30 and 10 o'clock. Norm Macdonald, you're unshaven, man.
Yeah, no, I didn't take a shave because I forgot my six blade razor at home, and I need 6 blades because the first one gets the hair, then the second one pulls it a little, and the third one. Anyways, I saw a commercial, but I got to the hotel. I hadn't shaven for 3 days, and I got a lot of hair because I'm so mad. It's crazy how masculine I am. You can go a long time, but anyways. And then they gave me and Farley. They gave just a single blade, and Farley said it'll tear up your face.
It will. It tears mine up.
A
one-blader will bloody up my face pretty good.
Yeah. Why did anyone ever shave before they had the Mach 3?
Yeah.
Why did they shave?
Yeah, why would you? You just rip your face up.
I wonder when people started shaving. In the old cultures, didn't they use a rock or something like that? Am I imagining that?
I don't know.
Strongopedia, do you happen to know the history of shaving?
That's a bit outside my purview, but I'll look it up.
Look it up.
Yeah, I'll look it up in the www.
I thought it was interesting because Norm Macdonald dropped a swear word during the break-in here, and it's like Bob Saget. Like, you see him as the Olsen twins' dad, and then he's dropping F-bombs in some comedy routine. Do you cuss in your bit?
Yeah.
You do it in your normal...
All the time in real life.
Walking around?
Yes, because when I was young, my dad said, I swore a lot. My dad said, if you swear, if if you curse a lot, that's a sign of a person with a very low vocabulary. So I really did not want a large vocabulary. So I thought, oh, this will be cool. I'll just, every time I can't think of a word, I'll say something super dirty. And it works just as well.
You guys do you guys sort of tour together, or is this a run? How long have you been on this current sort of binge?
Norm is my mentor. Norm, when I started, Norm goes, I'm going to teach you stand-up. This was last year, right, Normie? Mm-hmm. So I went on the road with him, and he basically is teaching me. I sort of learned from him a lot. And so we went across Canada, and now I go around here, and he takes me to places.
Sometimes he learns from me. Like the other night, I realized he learned from me by saying a joke I told him on the airplane.
That's what's mentoring.
All of a sudden, it's in his act. I'm like, he's like, I thought. I go, no, you just heard me tell you.
That's right.
Because I forgot which one of us said it.
Well, then I won't do that one. Sorry.
You, Norm, when you're acting and then doing the stand-up stuff, what do you prefer to do? What's more natural to you?
Oh, stand-up. That's the only thing I like to. I don't know how to act at all. Like sometimes when you're good at stand-up, like they'll give you other stuff for some reason. It doesn't make any sense that you're not good at all. So they'll go like, "Hey, you're a pretty good stand-up. Would you care to be an awful sitcom guy?" you go, "Sure, I'll take it."
You're and Kevin, you say improv is your background, and I saw you in Vegas. You had no planned material. You just started telling stories about your childhood. Yeah. It was hilarious. But Norm, I got to think that you write a lot of your stuff.
I write it all.
How much of being a comedian for you is writing, and how much is the delivery of it?
Oh, I think it's pretty well all writing. Yeah. I mean, but you can write, like I don't really write things on paper so much as I just think them up in my head, you know what I mean?
Do you store them somewhere, or is it just kind of swimming around?
I store them in my head.
So nowhere do you have like written down what you'll do tonight at Helium?
I'll write down a list like of bullet points, I'll write down like 9, 10 subjects I want to talk about, but not I never memorize anything.
We've got Norm Macdonald and Kevin Farley in studio here on 750 The Game. They're appearing tonight at Helium Comedy Club, 8 o'clock.
Helium rocks.
Yeah. Also Friday and Saturday, 2 shows each, 7:30 and 10 o'clock. I was at Helium last week, so I guess I missed. They put your picture up there.
Did it rock?
They were like, Norm Macdonald's coming. Oh, yeah, and then the guys they had on were not so good.
Oh, they're comics?
They weren't so good.
Yeah, the MC was good.
Yeah.
When the MC's really good, and then the next act, and you're like, oh, the MC was better.
Oh, yeah.
That's
bring back him.
Yeah. Bring them. How much will you get out around Portland and do like Occupy Portland material?
None, zero. I'll go, I generally go down to the Coke machine.
And that's it.
I remember because I get the blessing of traveling a lot, and my dad, who never traveled anywhere, just a farmer that never got out of the Ottawa Valley. But he would, when I was doing starting stand up, he'd say, "Oh, you're in St. Louis. Did you see the arch?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I saw it." I never saw the arch
out your window.
I never saw anything past the hotel bar. So, but I pretended. I go, "Yeah, it's something." Because my dad, if he went, he for sure would
walk
go
around.
But I think you go around a little bit, right?
I like to walk around the city. Yeah,
you like to but it doesn't really help to. You don't want to go, "Hey, how about that mayor? He's a drunk." You don't want to pander. I remember one time I saw George Thorogood as a kid, right? You remember him?
Yeah.
And he did that song, one whiskey, one whatever it was, bourbon, and one beer.
Scotch.
Yeah, something like that. But anyways, he changed one of the words because he was in Ottawa. We were watching him in Ottawa, and he goes, "Come on and give me another shot of that Ottawa juice. Come on now." And we're like, "What? Why'd you say that? You ruined everything." We're trying to pretend we don't live in Ottawa. You're the cool guy.
But you won't, none of your routine will be about, Portland.
Well, I'll talk about whatever's going on. I know, because I like the Occupy Portland thing, which Farley's all for now. So I'm going to
all for it.
I'm going to talk about that because that sounds ridiculous.
Are you pretty conservative, Farley?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I mean, a lot of people think I am, but I don't like politics. I really just don't like the conversations. They always boil down into arguments, and I just rather avoid it.
Your house?
It's not. It's he is political, but it's hard to be funny.
I am political,
it's hard to be funny. It's hard to It's a big mistake of comedians to start having opinions. because it's all of a sudden it's not funny anymore. You know what I mean?
So it's not like an actor or whatever who comes out and says, "I support Barack Obama." Once you do that, now you're into another
actors.
realm.
Well, you already know actors
Yeah.
are complete idiots. So it's like, why would you even listen to them? It's the funniest thing to me as an actor because he's like, "Listen to me about Iraq." I'm like, "Aren't you don't you pretend for a living?"
Yeah.
Like, what if you're pretending now? I don't. Why would Plus, it's such an idiotic job. You're like, what? I'm going to listen to you because you're good at pretending to be another person? What?
Do you learn nothing else? We've got the history of shaving. Chop, the producer of the show, is going to share.
Where did it start,
Chop,
man?
where did it start, man?
Way back
All right,
in the
so
caveman?
it was in the 1890s.
Oh, that's wow.
And they actually started shaving due to the lice epidemic going around. They wanted to curve that. So.
Oh, well, that's
Is that
why,
right?
That's why I shave now.
Yeah, I've got horrible lice.
Norm Macdonald came in here in a.
That seems rather recent, doesn't it?
In the
1890s, yeah.
See, before that, no shaving.
Hey, wait a second. That doesn't make any sense. When was Lincoln president?
Well, he had a beard.
Yeah, but he was remarkable for having a beard. The guys before him didn't have beards. George Washington didn't have a beard.
No, I know.
He had to shave.
We had to double check that.
Yeah,
we might be getting
nonsense.
some bad information. We're just testing you. Well, your phone's going off.
My phone's going. It's got an answer.
Don't let that happen during your stand-up. You know what would happen. He's going to take
Hello?
the call right now. Norm Macdonald's taking the call. Should we? We'll just stand by, wait for him.
It's an important call for someone else.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
I have a phone. This is my phone. Sorry about that, guys. I have a phone, right? So I get the phone. So the number, I guess, used to belong to a girl who didn't pay a lot of her bills. So about every fourth call I get is, hello, is Michelle there? And I go, no, she doesn't live here. She doesn't live here. And when will she be back? They always think I'm lying, like I'm covering for Michelle. It's been going on for 4 years.
No way.
And then it's like from every, one's a credit card, one's a student loan. This girl owes a lot of money.
Her bills.
I
think I went out with her.
My phone, I was working at the Fresno Bee, and Andy Katz was with me, and now he's on ESPN as the college football guy.
Yeah.
And I got Katz's cell phone when he left, so the phone would ring, and it would be like Dean Smith, and I'd be like, "Who is this really? Like, who's messing around?" And it'd be like, "Where's Andy?" Like these guys calling to want to know what's going on.
Yeah,
wow, are you guys that in tune with sports? You got a UCLA sweatshirt
I know
on.
sports.
McDonald.
No, this is just an accident. I just get sweatshirt. I get cold, so I get sweatshirts, and I don't know what's on them sometimes. People come up to me, like sometimes there'll be the Cleveland Barons or something. And they'll go, yeah, I watched them. They were defunct 30 years ago. I go, no, I just got it in a store. I just bought it in a store. Or I'll have if I go to a gig and it's cold, I'll just buy a shirt. So sometimes it'll say whatever, Pitt, or something like that. So then I forget what I'm wearing. If I'm walking down the street and people go, "What are we going to do with that coach?" And I go, "Huh? Oh yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one."
Kevin Farley, growing up in your household with all the Farley boys, what was that like?
Well, yeah, it was kind of like a frat house, basically.
It was weird for me.
You were in there, yeah. Thank God we adopted Norm. No, my mom and dad put us in a basement. So we had 4.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Shouldn't you save this for a press conference?
I don't know. No, wait, because there was 4. I mean, we had Chris, myself, and John, and then another brother, Tom. So we had a basement to ourselves. And, Chris had his own section of the house.
Other people would call that a dungeon.
It was a dungeon. And Chris had his own little section of the dungeon. Yeah. But it was more or less a dungeon.
That's when they fed you dog food.
Yeah,
right?
Mom would just throw a bunch of dog food down the stairs and be like, "Go at it, fellas, have fun."
We're getting a lot of requests for you to do the boy band Calculus song.
Okay,
Calculus was yes.
Yeah. Calculus was a boy band. We were together. It was an MTV series back in the day.
Kevin Farley was in it. Only in America.
I played the older brother type.
Only in America.
I played the older brother type with braces.
Yes, but there was a big you toured for some of the greatest acts in the history of show business. Yeah. Who did you tour with?
No, it was
Britney
a funny
Spears.
story. Britney Spears.
Only in America. Kevin Farley.
That's right. The funny thing is when we heard we were touring with Britney, and we're like, "Oh, cool, we're going to be on stage with Britney Spears." And it's like, it turns out we were on a bunch of hay bales in the parking lot outside.
Only in America. Only in America.
And that's where we sang.
Only in America. Kevin Farley.
No, I'll sing a little bit. Ready?
Modest,
here's our big hit. It was called Calculus.
Calculus, everybody.
Ready? Here we go. I know my calculus. It says you plus me equals us. Thank you very much.
Only in America. It's so funny that he was opening for Britney Spears and now he's opening for me.
My career is on fire.
The trajectory of your career, you don't think of it. You're backstage, you're with Britney, you're like, hey, life's pretty cool. I wonder what's next. Suddenly.
I try not to think of it on a daily basis.
You guys at Helium, how much of your stuff tonight will be different from Friday and Saturday? Or Norm, will you do the same?
I don't know. What would you say, 50%?
Go see the Arch while you're here.
75% different? Probably. If you saw two different shows, it'd probably be 75% different between any two shows.
Yeah.
I have a lot of stuff.
He does. He's got a lot of stuff. Yep.
So, yeah.
Definitely.
Chop especially wanted you guys on. He's down there too. He's 2 booths away, two cells away.
Hey, Chop. What's up, baby?
Well,
hey, Chop.
Norm, we had you on back when I was on the rock station. So, I'm a big fan. I saw you at the Schnitz. Love your work.
Schnitz.
Much appreciated. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, you bet.
Does it feel like work, though? I mean, it's not like holding a jackhammer. Come on. Let's be real.
Well, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I held a jackhammer.
Have you?
Yeah. It was one of the best jobs I ever had in my life.
Really?
Yeah,
you didn't mind the
I
noise.
work construction, and they only let you do it 20 minutes at a time. You have to do it 20 minutes, take a 10-minute break, because you don't want to stop. Like you're like, first of all, you're tearing apart cement.
Yeah.
Like this monster, and then like your whole body is like shaking like crazy, and so when you stop it, you have to sit down. You're like hard, so you feel so good,
Wow.
So they have to stop you after 20 minutes because people will just go on them forever.
So that's a good job.
Oh, it's so fun. Yeah, it's so fun. I did a manual labor a lot before stand-up. I like manual labor the best, I think. But I wouldn't have liked now when I'm old and tired and stuff like that.
Unshaven and old.
But when I was young and strong, it's fun. Lifting stuff is fun.
Now it's horrible.
Now it's not fun at all.
All right, you can check them out tonight at Helium Comedy Club, 8 o'clock, Friday and Saturday, 2 shows, 7:30 and 10 o'clock. Thank you, guys.
Rock
Thank you,
Helium.
guys.
Rock and roll.
Go check out the Occupy Portland thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Man.
There's some material down there for you.
I bet there is.
Maybe some razors.
That's right.
Leave it right here. Turd Ferguson is in studio. We let the listeners, by the way, Norm Macdonald is here. Comic, he'll be appearing at Helium Comedy Club. We let the listeners decide who we should have on. It was either you or Jeff Tedford, the cow coach.
Oh, yeah.
And overwhelmingly voted for you.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
You want to talk about Cal football for a while? You like coming? They brought you back. You must have been funny.
Oh, my God. Last time I was hysterical.
You brought the good stuff this time?
No, this time I brought the B material. I brought the good stuff.
People that see you, do they often ask you to do like characters like Turd Ferguson, or they say be the Weekend Update guy? Or
yeah, sometimes they do. Like sometimes it's weird, like with specifically that Turd Ferguson thing, because it's just a thing I wrote like one time, and then somehow a lot of people know it, and then but most people don't, and then so sometimes I'll be in the street, and then a guy will go Turd Ferguson. I'm like, thank you. Thank you, and then everyone else just looks.
Everybody's like, "What?"
It's a very odd exchange.
You,
Turd Ferguson, thank you.
And the characters. Did you ever have a character you wrote that you thought was really good and no one else got it?
Well, I didn't really have any characters. I just did impressions, and then sometimes I only did impressions from when I was a kid. That's why I did like Burt Reynolds and but other ones like I did Slim Pickens. Nobody seemed to care much for that.
Nobody got it anymore. They were like, we don't remember that.
Yeah, they didn't remember it. So it was mostly the impressions I did when I was a little child. I couldn't do like modern people because I never watched them.
The stand-up comedy, did that come easy for you? I mean, or is that?
Yeah, it was pretty easy. Like I was doing, manual labor at the time in Canada. And I was just So then I went into there was a club called Yuck Yucks, and they were doing stand-up, and I was only making like $2 an hour, like $16 a day, and then you could make like $10 for doing a set at the Yuck Yucks, so that seemed way easier.
Easier. What manual labor did you do?
Everything, anything that wasn't skilled. But I worked in a logging camp, and at one time I worked in a garbage truck. Oh my God, you think that's fun? It's not.
Bad hours. And you're dealing with crap all day.
Well, you're dealing with garbage, but I thought it would be fun because you get to stand on the back of the truck with the wind in your hair and stuff. And but it turns out like the driver goes real fast, and then people throw the stuff people throw in their garbage. It's like you stop, and then there's a sofa that's broken in half, and then a big garbage pail full of sod that weighs 200 pounds. And then at the end, the guy drives you to the dump, which is like hell itself.
I'm always putting things I shouldn't put in the wrong bin and all that. Did you have to sort stuff, or did you just throw it all in one place?
That was before different bins.
That was one bin. You put all the toxic stuff in with everything else.
Everything went together.
Norm Macdonald is at Helium tonight, 8 o'clock, Friday and Saturday, 2 shows, 7:30 and 10 o'clock. It's at Southeast 9th and Hawthorne. Do you get a chance to see other comics? Do you watch other comedy?
Not very often because I'm always on the road, but I see them. I see them on their stand-up specials sometimes.
Who do you think's good?
Oh, my favorite's Brian Regan. Do you know Brian Regan?
I don't. I've probably seen him, but I don't know the name to the face.
Yeah. No, he's real funny.
Why do you like him?
I don't know. He's just super funny. It's hard to calibrate, but there's a few guys that are really great. Why? Who do you like?
I like Norm Macdonald.
Oh.
You know what I don't like? I didn't like.
I thought it would be immodest to bring that name up.
Yeah, I didn't like. I don't like Howie Mandel.
What? I thought you had him in here.
Had him in here. He was horrible.
He was horrible with you?
He was bad. I'll tell you who else was bad. Who was the guy?
Howie seems to be always on, though.
We got another guy in here that was I can't remember. He was really bad. Howie wasn't on.
Really?
He didn't want to be here.
Oh.
You could tell he said he wanted to spend his least amount of time he could in Portland. He was trying to be funny.
What?
He was trying to be funny, but I don't think he was selling any tickets. And in fact, you know what? He wasn't at Helium. He was going out to Spirit Mountain. And I was just like, dude, we're trying to help you sell tickets here. And he was just basically saying what a bad mood he was in the whole time. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Let me get a ticket to see that right away. Norm Macdonald is our guest in studio. Canadian, do you do this in Canada, or you like the U.S.?
No, I like the U.S. better than Canada. But
you say that in Canada?
No, in Canada, I pretend I like Canada better. But yeah, I couldn't vote because I'm not an American. But, in Canada we voted, but it didn't make any difference, because, you're just voting for the Prime Minister of Canada. Not much is going to change, one way or the other.
What do you think of the American political process?
I don't really understand any of it. I watched the guys debate, and then it's just a bunch of numbers that I have no idea. One guy's like, 25 trillion. What about 50 trillion? And I'm like, I don't know what any of it.
No context at all.
There's no context. And then, I wonder if you ask people after they watch the debate any questions about those insanely big numbers, if they could remember any of it, because I can't. I just remember the little joke lines or whatever.
Your parents were both teachers, is that right?
Yeah, how'd you know that?
I do research.
What the?
They were teachers at your school?
Yes, they taught me. It was funny because my dad taught me when I was in grade 6 or something, and he was the tough teacher, and then he decided to be tougher on me than everyone else. So that wasn't a fun.
There's no rules. That's like you're like in a Turkish prison at that point, because it's not like he's going to complain. Your parents aren't going to defend you in that situation.
That's true.
Did Dad? Did that make you cool to have your parents at the school, or no?
Oh God, no, because it was in public school. Everyone hates the teachers.
So they couldn't talk to you. They just beat you on the playground.
Yeah, One time I had a fight with a guy, a big guy, because back then they wouldn't pass people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you'd have one guy that was 3 years older than everyone else and twice as big.
Dating the yard duty, that guy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And angry because he'd been held back so long. So he wanted to fight me one time. And then so I had to fight him. I was terrified all day. And then that night, the kids all gathered around, watched the fight. And then the guy came at me, and I moved quickly, and he fell over my foot, and he tripped.
Yeah.
And everyone gasped. And then he got up and he punched me in the stomach, and I doubled over, and the fight was over. But after that, this rumor spread that I knew karate.
Because you tripped him.
Because I accidentally tripped him. And then the principal called me into his office, and he said, Mr. Bradley, and he said, I understand you know that Shogun. He called it Shogun.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that was fun.
Norm Macdonald in studio, comedy. He does comedy, he does acting. You do writing. What do you like to do the best? You like to write, I bet.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's what I like the best because then you can just be all by yourself and you don't have to take a shave.
Are writers strange? Because I'm a columnist at the Oregonian, and I find that the people that are in that business, they're all kind of weird.
Yeah, they're kind of isolated types, you know, and so that makes you weird, not collaborating with other people. But it's more fun, you know. It's definitely more fun than taking a shave. I mean, that's what's good about radio. You don't have to take a shave.
Yeah, I come in here.
You don't have any cameras around. Usually, like radio stations now, they have cameras.
You know what? They put all this cool stuff
hidden?
up. It's moving that way. No, there's not hidden.
Oh, okay.
No, that would be cool, though. We could get all kinds of stuff. Did you hear the story about Lane Kiffin, the USC coach, today?
No.
All right, so they played Oregon last week. They lost the game. It was a big game for the Ducks. And
that was huge.
Turns out that they were deflating the footballs. They had a student manager on the sideline that was making their ball a little bit squishier so it's easier to throw and catch. It still didn't work. They threw the student manager under a bus and fired him, but Lane Kiffin says he knew nothing about it.
Wow, I never even heard of that.
Yeah.
Anything like that.
You got to work that into your routine.
But don't the officials like examine the football all the time?
They do, but the guy went and he let some air out on the sideline and then they put it in the game for the first half.
Oh, wow. That's smart.
You think so?
Well, I mean, I'm against it. Listen.
Are you a sports fan? I know you did.
Yeah, I love
what was it? Sports? What was the show?
Yeah, sports show. No, I love sports. Hey, the Trailblazers are good this year. I call them the Brazers.
Better than the Lakers, I would expect. People in LA are freaking out.
I know, man. I don't think that team's going to work, the Lakers. I don't believe in all-star teams in basketball. I like Oklahoma City.
That's the team, and people in Seattle are upset about losing the Sonics to Oklahoma City. Is there a sport you follow in particular?
Golf, I follow the most, but right now football and basketball. And you know the Spurs? They never mention the Spurs. Everyone forgets about the Spurs till they go so deep.
They're always
at the last minute. They're like, "Oh yeah, the Spurs."
Pencil them in the semifinals, but nobody talks about them all year long. Because they're boring.
They are kind of dull.
Yeah.
But when you see them play, like it's pretty exciting because it moves like an organism. You know, just all teamwork. You know, super fast.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that the listeners of the show voted you to be on the show. Because otherwise, we would have come up to you outside and said, "Sorry, you got knocked off. You got bumped by Jeff Tedford at Cal." But we won't tell Tedford that. So people come to the show tonight at 8 o'clock or Friday, Saturday, 7:30 and 10 o'clock. Helium Comedy Club, 9th in Hawthorne, Southeast 9th in Hawthorne. What are they going to see? What do you got for them?
They should put a Nerf football
into the game.
Then a guy could throw like a 400-yard pass.
He had 300 yards in the first half.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That's going to be a huge story.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. How?
And he claims he didn't know. Coach says he didn't know.
That's impossible.
Rogue student manager.
That's impossible. Boy, that's gonna be big. That's gonna be an exciting story. Wait, didn't you just ask me a question?
That's all right. What are people gonna get tonight at Helium?
Oh, they're gonna get funny, probably a funnier show now because I'm on the juice.
You're juicing?
Yeah.
Before you were funny before because
I was funny before, but I have to keep up.
They're like Barry Bonds, not good enough for you to be like a normal star.
Yeah.
You got to be the guy, all-time greatest.
Yeah, I got to be. Why isn't Lance Armstrong big?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, what kind of steroids was he on?
Skinny roids.
Skinny.
Yeah. What do you think of Lance? How should Lance handle that? Like everybody knows that he cheated now, and he's like laying low.
I don't know. It was like, in a way, it was pretty courageous of him to take steroids because, like, the only reason not to take steroids is because it will make your cancer gallop. Yeah. And here he had cancer, so for some reason he took steroids while on. You know what I mean?
You admire that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage.
It took a lot of courage. Live strong.
Live strong.
Norm Macdonald, thank you, man. Good stuff.
Thanks, man.
All right, we'll see you tonight. Helium, 8 o'clock. He'll bring the good stuff. 7:30 and 10 on Friday and Saturday. Southeast 9th and Hawthorne. Leave it here.
like what the mind of a comic and what makes them like that. Well, we're done with you. There he is. Norm!
Did you get my fucking text about your show?
No.
I love it.
We're on the air.
It's okay.
Yeah, of course.
It's good. They're greeting each other.
Oh, hey,
Norm
great to meet
Macdonald,
you.
Anthony.
What's up,
How you
boys?
doing,
Good.
pal?
I've seen you
The rest of the
on
crew.
YouTube.
Oh, yeah. I do my YouTube videos
it's awesome.
and stuff. It's fun, you know. You fuck off a little bit here and there.
Kevin Farley?
How you doing?
Sit down, Norm.
Pleasure. Take a seat. I think we're kind of running out of seats. Take the couch right
Hilarious
there.
special, too, by the way.
That is nice.
Oh, my God. Saw the special the other
We're
night.
not on the fucking
Oh,
radio.
yeah. We do that.
Yes,
we just,
they're on-
you can
you're
say
on.
fucking. That's how we roll.
We're on the radio right now?
We just bring it in and let it roll. That's how that works.
I know, you're looking at the picture. Colin's looking at a picture of Hitler.
That's my room. I'm looking for different motifs.
That's your screensaver?
That's my screensaver.
I gotta put on my cans, man.
Jim Norton. Yeah, we just saw
Jimmy Norton.
You can see it.
See, we like bringing everybody in at different times. The host of the show, the
This
guests.
is fun. I saw you guys on the YouTube, you know? I saw you and Jim and you.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
On YouTube? Fun on the YouTube.
Yeah, you never watch fucking YouTube? What the
No,
fuck?
what's that?
Yeah, you watch the TV. This fucking guy.
I know, TV's
no shit.
TV's like extinct now.
TV's for the old fuckers. I watch the YouTube, fucking face, all that shit.
Yes.
Hey, what about this new thing?
What's that?
No, it's called Colors. Have you heard about it?
Oh, we were just talking about that.
I'm a fan of colors.
We were just talking about
Isn't
that.
that fucking weird? No, but it's only 150 yards.
Yeah.
People within 150 yards.
Yeah.
You got it yet?
I don't know. It seems a little fucking weird.
It is weird.
Like a guy in your apartment building can see,
Can see what you're doing depending on where he is.
Yeah, maybe you could figure out where a lady was, like looking at the layout of her apartment, and then maybe I don't know.
I think it'll come in handy for.
I don't know what it is.
I think it'll come in handy
Colin
for,
what it is,
for
man.
football players on the field because it's 150 yards, so he pretty much covers the field, and
Yeah.
they could probably figure out what the other team's going to do
Yeah.
based on what they're doing with
That's
their
right.
color.
You don't watch a lot of football, right?
No, none at all.
150 yards.
Well, you got to consider the end
Canadian
zone.
football.
I was considering the end zones.
Oh, okay, I got it.
The entire field.
You're still off, though, a little bit.
Why? How long are the end zones?
10, right?
It's got to be longer than 10.
No, it's not. It's got to clear. It's
In
the clear.
Canadian football?
No.
No,
You got-
real football.
You got the
no.
100 yards, and then how wide is the
It
end
seems
zone?
about 10, right?
Yeah, let's go with a 10.
That's it?
So
Yeah.
you were off by 30 yards.
30. What about after there, but behind the end zone to the wall?
All right, now you're talking 150 yards.
What if they jump in
Trying.
the stands?
Yeah, I've seen that happen. Give me a break.
Hold on, I got to get this. So, Norm, you were on Saturday Night Live.
What a professional. Until Colin showed up.
I know. Colin took your gig.
He took my gig. He took my apartment.
Did he take the apartment, too?
Yeah, I moved in the same building as Norm.
Wow, you really are a fuck.
Single white female.
No, there was one moment. Colin probably doesn't remember it, but I was walking to the elevator, and he was coming off the elevator. Do you remember that?
What do you mean? It happened all the time.
No, I know, but this
Maybe a little more detail, Norm.
this was after, this was after I had left, and you had come on, and it was I don't know, it was poignant to me.
Sort of a changing of position.
You went to shake Norm's hand and he spit in your face. Do you remember that time?
No, Colin was awesome, though.
You didn't have any animosity towards Colin.
Not
after
towards
that.
Colin. No, I love Colin.
Now, I heard you were taken off of that show because the OJ situation.
Who knows? I don't think it was really.
You don't think that was it?
No, I don't really think it was.
Because you
that.
gave OJ a little guff, and most people were just treating him like a saint.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. I know people said that and shit. But I think, I think it was because I didn't get laughs all the time and shit. And like, Oldmeyer was watching Leno, who would get laughs wall to wall every fucking night.
Yeah, but that isn't what it was about.
I know, but I can understand his point.
I kind of liked the delivery and the fucking very dry wit of that whole
Well,
thing.
the
And you're
problem is, if
special.
one guy don't like you and he owns the cameras, you're fucked.
Yeah.
But I think it was also that Oldmeyer, when he actually would say something about like OJ, like, if he got pissed, then Norm would just say, all right, fuck him, and do like 5 more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Other people would go like, hey, okay,
Yeah, like they'd
I'll
lay
keep
back.
my gig.
No, we didn't listen to anybody. And also, I don't think also we were listening to people within Saturday Night Live, which was probably a mistake, too. Because Jim was, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How about my impression of Jim that everybody hates?
Yeah.
I hate it too.
How could they hate that? It's great.
That's right on the money.
I don't even know who it is. It sounds like him.
It's perfect.
Hey, man, who got a comedy award? Anybody here?
Damn, I think one person did.
Huh?
Who? You?
Saying the comedy awards was a big.
No, the comedy awards. You don't know about the comedy
It
awards?
was a big event the other night.
Big event.
Well, I wasn't there.
The Lifetime Achievement Award, Tina Fey, I think.
No, Eddie.
Eddie Murphy.
Well, that.
No, what did Tina get? The Mark Twain Award.
Well, how do you get that one?
You have to be as good as Mark Twain.
That's a dumb fucking award name. Dude.
I was nominated for one, but I didn't get anything.
You didn't get Mark?
No.
You weren't nominated for anything.
I was nominated
for special?
Shut out of most consecutive roasts. I was nominated for fucking network. No.
Yeah, he doesn't
Colin
like that
edged
network
you out?
very much.
Yeah. Thank you. I did edge him out. You were shut out of fucking roast without me.
Why are you screaming at me? If we both hate the same people, it's not each other.
Remember the time you two were getting in the elevator after that award show?
Colin, fucking, yeah, why don't you do roast, man? That roast you did to Artie was fucking awesome.
Oh, because they don't fucking bring me on as roast.
Why?
I don't know.
They should.
You're
Be
the
very
king.
funny.
They don't bring Jimmy on either.
They always want the new people. Hey, guess what? There's a young girl that's middling attractive that swears a lot. Let's get her. Right? Is that the new fucking thing?
Yeah.
Sarah Silverman,
girls-
hysterical.
Right.
Who's funnier than her?
Nobody.
No, except dudes. But,
Nobody.
but I think she spawned these other ladies. That they forget that she's funny, and they think the whole point is just to be
Semi-hot.
attractive, and then talk about sucking cock. And
You got to
do
show
crazy
a lot
shit.
of leg. You got to show a lot of leg with
Yeah,
little
yeah,
skirts on, and then talk about sucking cock
Yeah.
and manipulating balls
Yeah.
with your hand, and it's hysterical.
Bring back Phyllis Diller. Some ugly old bag. Rosemary. Those are the funny ladies.
Wow.
Whoa, that is old.
The funny ladies always used to be ugly old bags.
Yeah.
Or Roseanne, you know what I mean? Or,
No one was funny when they would have a comedian on like What's My Line or something like that. A comedian. They never called comedians. Now a chick can be called a comedian, but it was always a very funny. Whenever I'm at a club and I hear, let's give it up for a very funny comedian, I'm like, oh, it's time to take a piss. Time to take a fucking piss.
I tell you, man, you guys got to get this tape. I don't know if I ever show you this tape, but you know, everybody thinks they're edgy and all this shit. I got a fucking tape, a DVD, a CD of LaWanda Page. You know that?
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Aunt Esther.
Aunt
Aunt
Esther.
Esther. This was from the fucking 50s or 40s or some shit, and she's in Harlem and doing
damn.
the filthiest stuff. Like, really fucking funny. You can't even believe it.
You can
I
almost
wash my ass.
You can almost imagine because Red Fox and
Peanut
her,
butter pussy.
obviously.
Right, what was that
I'm
joke?
sorry, son.
What was the joke
Red
about
Fox.
peanut butter pussy? What she had?
Oh, God.
Easy to spread, something like that.
Easy to spread.
Who, this LaWanda Page?
LaWanda Page, Aunt Esther.
Fucking funny as shit.
Yeah.
I like Red Fox, and he told her he was going to slam her face into cookie dough and make gorilla cookies.
Yeah.
You can't say that anymore.
I saw one time he had a joke. He said, "Man, I take one of those." He goes, "I saw this lady. She's taking fuck."
It's all right. You got the voice right.
I can't remember. He goes, "This lady, she's taking the male hormones, and oh man, God, she was an ugly lady. She had a hair all the way from her neck all the way down to her dick." That's not a good impression. No.
That works.
The joke's there.
Yeah, you're fucking special. I watched it the other night. It's hilarious.
Dude, thanks,
Fucking
man.
great. So good to see you back on TV like that.
Yeah.
It was so fucking good. And
It was fun.
And the thing about you, I don't know what it is with that voice of yours. When I read your tweets, everybody that I talk to also reads them in Norm's voice. And it makes it that much funnier. Everybody started, during the Oscars, we all start tweeting our shit during the Oscars, past Oscars. And one of my buddies, Travis, actually retweeted and said, "You got to follow Norm Macdonald." I'm like, I didn't even know you were on and shit, so I started following you. And they were hilarious. Like the funny thing, when are you going to thank the computer? Every fucking tweet. When are you going to thank the computer? Just shit like that is stuff that no one else was tweeting. It's out of your mind shit.
I just found out about that Twitter shit.
It's great, and you got so many followers really quickly, and didn't have to pull a Charlie Sheen with it. It was just funny shit, man.
But when you go to hit the send, you fuck for a second. You go wait, like because it's just off the top of your head,
and it's right there, yeah. And
I don't do drugs or alcohol, thankfully, because I'm sure guys could really fuck up and say bad things.
They have. You know,
Louis C.K. has had to delete entire threads.
Oh my God.
Things he's twittered.
The worst thing is too, and especially if you have a lot of
because
followers.
that's what he does, though. I mean,
but sometimes even I guess like he'll even feel bad about it and just go back and delete.
A lot of times, if you tweet something and you want to delete it, even a second later, if you have a lot of followers,
they got it.
It's already been retweeted, and you can't delete theirs. So if you got 10 followers and you write something about, hey, those Japanese people, by the way,
and then they can retweet it exponentially.
Yeah, and then it just goes on and on.
That shit was censorship, man. He made fun of nuclear breakdown. That's censorship.
We should be able to talk about anything, man.
But
It's
how about the fact
America.
that Norm's tweets, like some of them are not supposed to be funny. They're like profound, like poetic.
I deleted a lot of that because I'd read my responses. Cool. They go, "You fucking asshole, you're funny." I'm like,
that's just it. You can't stop being like, if you're funny, and then you got like a serious comment. Like I would tweet some ridiculous shit, but then I'd go like, Obama gave a speech. Let me give a little feedback on what I believe of Obama. You racist, fucking conservative, fucking rich motherfucker.
Some people too, fucking think it's serious. Like I tweeted one that I said my something, I don't know. I said like my father was brutally murdered last week, and it's only now I can look back and laugh. And then these people would fucking answer. They go like, "I'm so sorry." Like, closure takes a while. So I had to go, no, it was a joke. That's cool.
How does anyone read that and not, especially from you, and not think it's a goddamn joke? People are so stupid. That's something this whole thing has opened up, where you're kind of communicating with people you never would talk to or meet that don't understand what a sense of humor even is. So the responses you get sometimes like hey, I was like, hey, God, it's spring, but I'm looking outside and there's still a little snow on my back table. At least you're alive, motherfucker.
That was from a dead guy?
Yes, I'm getting tweets from the dead. I guess he had a loved one pass on. Perhaps a father that was brutally murdered a week ago.
I guess to sum it up, everybody's a critic, huh, guys?
Your special should have been called The Voice of Reason.
You're doing a sports show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now, I guess I didn't know you were that into sports, but then again, I don't know much about football.
I'm into sports a lot, but not enough to, like now I have to go on fucking like these sports
you're
going
to be like the sports guy.
I don't know that much shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like I know a lot about sports, but if you asked me like who won the Super Bowl 6 years ago, I'd have to really think about it.
Yeah, those are those sports guys that just know stats and shit.
So I have to go on these sports talk shows where they know everything, and then the fucking phone callers, what do you call them?
Phone call.
The listeners.
Fat guys in the basement.
Yeah. They know even more. So it's like, hey, what do you think of some guy you've never heard's like stats that year? Or something.
Yeah, you're like
Frank Mahovlich.
I know Frank Mahovlich, the big M.
How do you know him?
You're throwing me softballs.
I have no idea what that's about.
He was a hockey player. He knows them. He knows.
So we know things from the 70s.
So what's going to be the gist of this sports show? Is it
it's going to be like, just me doing jokes.
Oh, okay, about sports.
Yeah, about sports. But it's going to be accessible to people that don't know nothing about sports, too.
Oh, that's good. See, that's me.
The guest's going to be on? The guest's going to be on?
Yeah, I was hoping you'd come on.
Yeah, of course.
Colin.
I know everything about sports.
You do know sports.
Yeah, tell us from the 70s, I know.
Colin knows sports when, like, they wore leather helmets.
Yeah.
the good old days.
What do you know about sports, Colin? Give us some knowledge.
And ask me anything before 1973. I know everything, but after that, I don't know nothing.
Norm, go ahead, man.
Okay.
This is his audition.
Yeah.
I would ask,
I could be the announcer. Norm Macdonald.
How many
sports show.
How many I guess I'd say how many World Series did Babe Ruth win?
5.
He was making the 3 thing. He goes 5.
Yeah, and it was 3.
He won 1 with the Boston Red Sox.
It was 3.
As a pitcher.
He was a pitcher.
Yes.
No, he won 2 with the Yankees.
Boston Red. I'm talking about like 1968 to 73.
Oh,
you have 5 years
to 73.
5 fucking
You stink
years.
at sports.
I'll give you an easy one.
All right.
Who was the quarterback on the Colts against
Johnny Unitas, Earl Morrall.
Against the Jets in '69.
Johnny Unitas, then Earl Morrall.
Who played in the Super Bowl?
Both of them. Johnny Unitas played like 5 minutes, and Earl Morrall played the rest of the game.
What happened to Johnny Unitas?
He was old.
Tendonitis.
He was 5 minutes older, and they had to take him out?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's pretty impressive.
That is
pretty
impressive.
That you knew both
could be on Norm's show now.
You never saw that
That's
game.
good.
That's
I
almost
never
a
saw that
trick
game.
question there. It's like a trick question. And
Johnny,
you gave me a trick answer because I had no fucking clue.
Oh, you didn't know?
No, that's why you said 2. I'm like, oh, 5 minutes. They took him out. I had no idea because he was old.
They brought him in like, symbolically.
Oh, like, hey,
no,
he's
they
playing.
brought him in at the end. That's what happened.
Oh.
Earl Morrall started, but then at the end they're like, we're losing to the fucking AFC. And they
So who
let's bring in
cares?
Johnny.
You're good, man. You
We'll
haven't
get
gained any weight or
Oh,
nothing.
thanks.
No, it's cool.
He looks the same.
Because we worked together in Boston. We did this movie.
Oh, what a blast we had.
And then it's about to go down. We're here to stay and run this town. Bring in the heat, bring in the energy. We're the queens of the festival, can't you see? We're the queens of the festival, here to rule the stage. Dropping beats and make your body engage. From sunrise to sunset, we're taking it all. We're the festival queens standing tall. Ooh, yeah, ooh. From dawn till dusk, we command the crowd's gaze. Every beat, every rhyme sets our souls ablaze. With swagger and style, we own this domain. In the realm of music, we reign supreme, no chain. Feel the rhythm pulsating through your veins. Our verses ignite fire, never wane. With each lyric we spit, each move we make, we carve our legacy, leaving jaws to quake. We're the queens of the festival, here to rule the stage. Dropping beats and make your body engage. From sunrise to sunset, we're taking it all. We're the festival queens standing tall. Ooh, I get it. Ooh. No crown needed, our all's the crown jewel in the kingdom of sound. We never play the fool with beats as our scepters and rhymes as our decree. We're the sovereigns of rhythm for all to see. So bow down to the queens as we own the night. In the kingdom of music, we're the guiding light. From the first note to the last, we'll always be the festival queens, forever wild and free.
We
What
had
did
fun.
Grown Ups?
Oh, Grown Ups.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Forgot you guys were in there.
The highest grossing picture
yeah.
of all time.
Yeah.
It did make a lot of
Did
fucking
make a lot
money.
of cabbage.
You got any points on that one?
We didn't get any Maseratis. They
They
gave
gave
Maseratis.
Maseratis, yeah.
They
Wow.
gave
Look up
out
the
Maseratis.
They gave
Salmon.
Rob Schneider, Stanley gave Rob Schneider, Rock, Spade, and Kevin James Maseratis. 4 guys that don't need them. Me and Norm need Maseratis.
What did you guys get?
iPods.
What did we get?
What did you
got
get?
nothing. We got Ugats.
No,
What did you
we
get?
got-
He gave you
I thought
something.
you had a joke. We got.
We got,
We
oh,
had
yeah,
that
I did
shit.
have a joke. I said they gave us a weekend. They gave us a zip car for the weekend. Nice setup. Yeah.
You guys work well
that
together.
works.
That's beautiful. I
And
see the magic.
we walk around Boston every day. We go shopping
yeah.
for
Yeah.
clothes.
We
And
fucking. Whatever.
this son of a bitch, every store we go into, it's like the nice part of Boston, Boylston Street.
Yeah.
You know? It's all these nice stores, so they know us. You know.
I don't know. I've never dressed in my life. I don't know how to dress.
He dresses like a hip hop kid, like for like a 16-year-old black kid.
No, I just wear whatever's the loosest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like-
Comfortable.
Do you not like your body? That's why I wear
no,
loose
I don't.
clothing.
I don't like my body at all.
I don't
no.
like anything that shows my body, my tits or my stomach or the side
No, I
fat.
hate it.
But
I
you
try
seem to be in shape, Norm.
He's
I'm
in
not
grand
in shape,
shape.
at all. No.
That's because you wear loose
Well,
clothing.
you're not fat.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you something.
yeah.
This is weird because I was fucking skinny, right? And I go to the doctor and he says, "We're gonna measure your fat." I said, "No, man, I'm skinny. I don't need. What are you fucking measuring?"
I'll call
my
it
body
Dr.
fat?"
Man.
He checks.
It was Dr. Man.
He checks my body. He goes, "No, you're fat." He goes, "You're both skinny and fat." Like he
skinny
said,
fat.
basically like bones and fat. Like the muscle,
Wow.
there's no muscle there.
Oh.
So not a good combo. But anyways, he takes me shopping.
I take him shopping. Every store he goes in, he creates a fucking ruckus. They're like guys like we go to this like semi, metrosexual guys like
Metrosexual.
Would you like to
now,
go?
what, don't you think if a person said you look metrosexual, isn't that the same fucking thing as saying you look gay?
Exactly.
What the fuck's the difference?
That's gay.
But then the guy's like, we're in like these nice stores, and the guy's like, hey, why don't you go in the back and take off your shirt? What?
I don't like showing
You
my
want me to
fucking
take
body.
my shirt? Hey, this guy wants me to take my shirt off. He starts screaming. Everybody that comes in the store is like, yeah, you don't ask them to take their shirt off. Like,
No,
you just
man.
accuse them of
I'm
like
like
trying to
Jim,
sexually
I swear to
hurt.
God, fucking when I was young, I was fucking skinny and shit. And when you're skinny, when you're a boy, people don't talk about that. They always say, well, fat girls have tough. But when you're fucking little or skinny as a boy, and people can beat you up, it fucking sucks.
So you didn't didn't take your shirt off even
I
as
would
a
wear,
kid?
this is how stupid I was when I was in grade 3 or 4, whatever. I'd wear 5 shirts over each other.
Just to look bigger?
Thinking was fooling.
Dude, you
somebody.
used to have to, in gym class, I know they used to play like shirts and skins.
Right.
And I hated that. And I was like, please make me a shirt. Because I, as a kid, didn't like fucking taking my shirt off either.
Yeah, you were probably thin.
Yeah, I was a very
Yeah,
skinny
yeah, yeah,
kid
yeah.
and everything. And I was like, please, God. And then when they'd say skins, I'd be like, how can I get out of this?
Yeah.
And then I'd have to go, oh, I got a stomach ache.
There's 2 kinds of dudes, you know? Like, there's ones where they can go through a shower and shit.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Locker room,
Guy's
naked.
12 years old, fucking
Yeah,
showering,
yeah.
got a hairy big cock.
Right. And, well, you know, 2 guys fucking a lady and all that stuff. I can't do that.
No. How about Norm played hockey with Gretzky when he was a kid?
Yeah.
Really?
But the funniest one
Yeah,
was, I was there. You got fucking hot stories. But there used to be a guy on the Philadelphia Flyers by the name of Dave the Hammer Schultz.
Oh, fuck yeah.
This guy was
He was an
fucking
animal.
enforcer. Yeah. So when I was a little kid, you know, at the fucking where the Canadiens played, you know, at the Forum, I was back at fucking Schultz, you know, the big fucking bad Flyers and shit, you know. I couldn't find Bobby Clark, but Schultz was standing outside the bus with a big fur coat on, looked like from Slapshot or something. And so I ran up to him, I was a little kid. I'm like, hey, man, can I get your autograph, you know? And he's smoking a cigarette. He threw the cigarette at me.
Oh, shit.
It was so funny. And then I was traumatized, but then later on I was like, that's way cooler than getting an autograph.
Yeah, being burned.
Were you good at hockey, Norm?
I was. I pulled my tendon. I pulled my fucking tendon. You guys are young, man.
Well, not really.
A fellow like me.
Yeah.
Getting up there. Listen.
Did you have a shot?
Listen, as Colin Wells knows, I've seen more sunsets than I'm gonna see.
Oh, boy.
No, but I tore my tendon, and this is the first time I've been immobile in my life because I still have this crazy competitive fucking thing where I'll play, you know, 20-year-old kids and pick up basketball and get the shit beat out of me, but I still think I'm young. But this was the first time I was immobile for about 3 or 4 months. If you guys ever get there, it's a fucking portal to the future. You go, holy fuck.
Yeah. No, I noticed those aches and pains that start coming
You
up
do?
that you
Oh, yeah,
weren't
they're catching
there
up with
before.
all of us.
And
Yeah.
you just kind of, now you got to
Sucks.
work through 'em. And Louis C.K. talks about it too when he goes to the doctor and it's just like, oh, that's just, you know, oh, that's what it is. That's never going away,
Yeah,
ever.
exactly.
There's no cure for it. There's nothing. You got to live with it. And it's like, oh, great. That's just the beginning of the
Right.
falling apart
Right.
sequence.
You
to
never
My
death.
fucking cardiologist, 68-year-old man. He's like, you got to keep walking. He goes, at our age. I go, our age? Like that. And then I realized I think I am in his bracket compared to my kid, you know, who's 18. I'm not in his fuck. I'm closer to this 68-year-old.
Yeah, yeah.
But, you know, whatever. Whatever happens, happens.
I talk about this in my new book, Perspectives.
Perspective. That's good.
But you wish you had the.
Perspective.
You know what everybody fucking says? They're like, hey, man, I don't care. When I get to be 80, I'll just do heroin. That's what everybody fucking says.
Right,
that.
yeah.
But I think when you get to be 80, you're like, oh, you're just scared the whole time. You're not going to do a heroin.
I noticed during your.
You're hoping young people don't fucking beat you up. Imagine you walking down the street, every fucking guy can beat every fucking guy and lady.
Just kick your ass.
Yeah, and they don't give a fuck about you. And you know, I saw an old guy. This is another thing. You ever notice this? You see a fucking old guy, like 80, fucking looks like a skeleton or some shit, right? In your stupid head, you don't think you're going to get like that.
No.
I don't know why, but
And you think it's going to be just so like long and something might change in science or something.
Yeah.
Like I've noticed on your special, you do have a lot of bits that are very funny, but like very dark as far as the death
The
and
opening.
growing
I
old
think about
and
death a lot.
disease and things like that. One of the funniest goddamn things you were saying was, your odds of getting attacked by a terrorist are 1,000,001, but your heart attacking you. It's just so funny. Your heart attacks you. The heart's not.
What are the
good.
odds of your heart attacking you?
Your
That was
heart
great.
attacking
I
you.
thought that was offensive.
It was very
well, the
offensive.
people who've had heart attacks, Carl, it's a good
Very
point.
offensive.
Funny to us.
It's too soon.
But like, where is that? Like, where are you as far as that goes? Are you authentically petrified of the end or of falling apart? Which isn't.
I shouldn't think about it as much as I do.
You
but
do? Do you lay there?
I go fucking. I get a lot of tests done.
Do you? Yeah,
Like my
make sure
doc-
everything's cool. Your cholesterol.
This happened
and-
to me one time. Because, like, people say, oh, you're a hypochondriac and shit. But I'm like, no, fuck, that's not it. It's like the only chance you got is early detection. That's all you got. And so I used to go to the Mayo Clinic, in Rochester, Minnesota, every year, and I would have. This is what I would do, because I don't. This is what doctors do. They'll just fucking. You go, hey, I got a cough. That's probably a cold.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just brush everything off, especially if they know
That's
you're a
what they told
hypochondriac.
Jim Henson.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So what I would do is I'd go to this is what happened to me. I went to the Rochester Mayo Clinic, and I would exaggerate all my symptoms. So I go to the stomach guy. He goes, "What do you got?" I go, "I fucking shitting blood. I'm coughing up blood." He goes, "Holy fuck!" So he'd give me a full thing. I wanted to make sure I got a full thing. So every fucking guy, blood was coming out of my nose and ears and my asshole and everything. So anyways. Just so I get a full, clean bill of health. So I did, and then that's when I'm most happy, is just when I'm walking out of that place.
Now, how long does that last?
Doesn't last long, because obviously,
Something can pop up.
2 days later, the fucking thing can start. But then, a fucking 6 months later, I decided, I never had insurance before, so I decided to get like life insurance. Couldn't get it, right? So I was like, holy fuck, because sometimes they mix up files and shit. I said, I must have something wrong with me.
Oh, no.
And so I fucking said, why the fuck can't I get, nobody will accept me for life insurance. Anyway, it turns out that the life insurance people are privy to all the doctor's notes.
Oh, so you were
they
saying...
got the doctor's notes. Even though I had a clean bill of health, they go, this guy's shitting blood, fucking blood everywhere,
I can insure this motherfucker.
Yeah. So they said he must have some unknown disease.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
So it took me a long time, and then finally I had to get that fucking Ed McMahon life insurance. I like those guys. They're like, hey, man, will nobody fucking give you life insurance on account of you're fucking old and sick and going to die? Here, we'll give it to you, $1 a month.
If you're 65 or older, you can get term life insurance.
Yeah.
And then it says doesn't kick in for 3 years, premiums, and
Plus, imagine if you're the fucking guy that's asked to do that commercial.
And it's like, and no medical tests. We won't ask any medical questions.
Imagine you're an actor, like you're fucking like Robert Wagner, and you know that's like, hey man, do you think about death every fucking day, like me? Did you never fucking think of taking care of your family at any point?
Until right now when you're on your deathbed?
Until now?
Holy shit, man. Yeah, I did notice during the special there were a lot of those things, but you make them fun. It's very rare that you could use the word cancer in a bit and actually make it funny.
It was just, yeah. No, I'm not like, that's not what I talk about in stand-up. That was just a certain period of time.
No, that's what I
was
mean. It's
thinking about shit like that.
Do you, I noticed because I'm very bad with me being alone with my own thoughts at night. A lot of times if I'm just in a quiet room without the TV on, like I'll just think too much to go to sleep.
Yes.
And it could be anything. It could be like, oh, there's a kind of a program I want to maybe work on tomorrow on the computer.
Yeah.
Or it could be, hey, I wonder when I'll die.
Yeah.
And that. So I like having the TV on just for that. Are you good with your own thoughts, just laying there in the quiet?
I'm no good.
No?
I try to, because you try something to get off the whatever the fuck you'd use to quiet your mind.
Yeah.
Whether it's booze or whatever the fuck pills, whatever it is. But I try meditation. Try that.
To me, it worked the opposite. Like I'm sitting in a room of people. They go, just close your eyes. They go, thoughts will happen. No fucking kidding. Racing hellish thoughts, you know? And then the guy's like, just let them go. I'm like, ah. And then you open your eyes, you look at some other fuckers right beside you. Yeah. And I tried it 3 times. I could never get to any place of quiet.
No, I need a lot of distractions. And I could still operate and work. Like I could make myself, go to sleep. Or if I'm working on a computer or something, I'm good with the TV on or something like that. Yeah. But I need this constant little distraction, because if you're just left alone to your own devices, your thoughts will turn horrid.
I stumped a fucking psychiatrist once. I said to the guy, because I was fucking gambling all the time, shit, right? I had a gambling addiction. I'm over it now, but shit. But he said...
I bet you're not.
That's a good one. He almost lost everything.
Oh, shit.
You haven't met Chip.
Yes, Chip Chipperson is very funny.
But he said, the psychiatrist, he said, you're using gambling, you're fixating on gambling in order to escape your real thoughts, you know? Mm-hmm. And I said to him, isn't that why you do everything in life? And literally, I stumped him.
He had no answer.
He was like, and then he recovered and tried to make it. But isn't that why you do everything?
Yes.
So you're not sitting at home
just thinking
about
what was
what's
your,
really going to happen to us?
where it all ends. What was your gambling poison there? What did you enjoy?
Sports
gambling.
Yeah, sports is the worst.
You weren't a casino guy, or
no? I did everything, but sports was the one that you think you can pick. You know what I mean? You delude yourself into going. You've sports gambled.
I've never sports gambled.
In your life?
Well, maybe once I got that slip and I knew nothing and I filled shit out and some guy I could have won.
What about you?
A little bit, yeah. Not like you. I've heard the Norm stories.
I'm blackjack guy.
Oh yeah. I play blackjack.
I love blackjack.
What was your biggest loss? Do you talk about it?
Nah.
Not really, huh?
Nah.
I don't blame you.
A lot. It was a lot.
Yeah, you're over it though.
I did a stupid thing one time.
Okay, he's ready to talk.
This was my big statement. I threw over at Atlantic City on the boardwalk. I threw 60,000 into the ocean.
What? No way.
Yeah, to quit. That was my thing. I'm going to quit.
Why didn't you just quit and keep the 60?
It was supposed to be like I felt like I was in a movie.
Wow.
That was a symbolic kind of a thing. Like, was it money or chips?
No, it was money.
It was money?
Holy shit.
I said chips, and he goes, what's that?
Wait, so you threw 60 grand, because you had a moment where you're like, this is cleansing, this is to the ocean, I committed.
The same way a drug addict would throw his drugs into the ocean.
Right.
How long after it left your hand did you regret it?
I regretted it pretty good.
See, I would have thrown the fucking dealer into the... That's how I would get over it.
I'm
stone-faced idiots.
I'm surprised that people, like dealers, don't get...
Killed.
Yeah.
It really is amazing because they can piss you off. I've seen dealers do things where it's like, in succession, where you're like, all right, look, I'm finally getting good cards. I'm pulling 20s out here. And the dealer's consistently showing a dumb 4 or a 3, and that 7, 8 pops up, and here's the ever-present picture card. Or anytime like they're dealing around, and I'm like, okay, king, and now they go around for the second one, 4. But whenever you see them showing a picture card, that down card, it's always a face card or an ace.
Every time.
Insurance.
Is that your game? That's your game?
Yeah, I have yelled. I've gotten to the point where the guy, my security guy, Keith the cop, had to get a pillow and bring it down because I was turning around and punching him in the shoulder so hard when they would pull this bullshit on me. And I was yelling where, like, the floor guy would come over and go, hey, Mr. Cooney, you're going to have to keep it down. Because I'm just like, yeah, you motherfucker, fuck! So the pillow...
Don't people recognize you?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, it's humiliating.
And I would also use the pillow to bury my face and go like... And I have to tell the dealer, look, it's not you personally.
Yeah.
It's the cards. I'm yelling.
You reacted to an ace of diamonds the way most people react to a rape.
Yeah.
Screaming into a pillow.
Well, I fucking had an 11 and I doubled down, and you're throwing you got almost 30 grand out there, and they give you an ace. Dude, I never get an ace.
It's funny when you see a famous guy. There used to be a guy, a weatherman here in New York named Spencer Christian.
Oh, yeah, I remember Spencer
ABC, the Good Morning America. I think he also wrote. I think he was a smart guy or some shit. But anyways, I seen him in the casino at the Trump, and you can spot a compulsive gambler. Like,
oh yeah,
his eyes are. And he's on a bad roll. It's that kind of roll where you keep leaving the tables, and they're like, better luck next time. That kind of shit. And he's just the next table, and he's putting money. Everything's losing, and he's just saying, anyway, this big, fat fucking family from Ohio. They go, there's that weatherman.
Oh, no, you don't want to talk to anybody.
No. So they're taking a picture, and he's like this.
Shut up and deal.
Oh, man.
Oh, exactly. I hear you.
And the other fucking horrible thing is you'll, lose money. You walk away from a table, a fucking craps table, right? Down like 35 fucking thousand. And as you walk away, some motherfucker goes, yeah, it's like $2 for us.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's
right.
not,
It's
asshole.
not.
It's not.
Yeah.
Can we move you over one seat
Well,
to where Kyle is?
Oh, Brock Lesnar is here.
I'm here. Norm has to go.
Oh, you have to leave?
Your people.
Norm's a busy man.
Your people are telling us that you have to go. If you want to stay, it's up to you.
Quick break?
You run. We start with
Is that
only
a
a few minutes. I'll
Yeah,
talk
go,
to Brock.
go,
you
go.
You run.
Okay. Yeah, I just want
Norm and Brock will sit there, and if you can stay, you can stay. If not,
I want to get a picture of Norm.
take your thing off. No, give your thing on.
Could you snap a picture?
Brock, come sit.
Hey, Brock, come on over. It's just a busy day.
Yeah, they snuck in.
Someone show Brock where he is.
Brock's right here. Oh, he's waiting for the picture.
Okay, all right.
Finally meet you guys, man.
All right.
Colin, you're out of here too. Later, buddy.
Come on, buddy.
Colin Quinn, Long Story Short, premieres on HBO a week from Saturday at 10 p.m. See you soon, Kyle.
Hi, Melinda. That's your ex?
Yeah.
Girlfriend?
Yeah.
Do you want to?
Schimmel?
I hope.
Here you go, buddy.
Where'd Colin go?
Colin just ran out.
Fucking mess. I love it.
It's a clusterfuck.
Don't be around. Colin, where you going?
We actually are on the air.
Hi, Brock. How are you?
Yes.
Sorry about that. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Thanks for coming in.
You know Norm Macdonald behind you, just so you know the people? That's Norm.
Colin Quinn and Norm
Colin
Macdonald.
Quinn.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Go somewhere?
Good.
I'll be back. I'm just.
Ant's just taking a lot of pictures.
All right, can they do it out? They can do it outside, right? Can they take the picture outside? Oh my God! All right, we're taking pictures. Brock Lesnar, you really walked into a clusterfuck, but we're happy that you're here. Thanks for coming.
Good morning.
Yeah, thanks for doing our show. It wasn't easy to get you on the show.
Yeah,
I'm happy to do it.
What time did you get up this morning?
Way too fucking early.
You text me that you're coming down.
Can we do this outside? Can we everybody do this outside, please? I'd like to fuck with everybody, but Norm.
Nice to meet you.
I love you, Norm. Good seeing you, buddy. I'm happy you're here. But, no, I love you very much, actually.
Because he loves Brock Lesnar more.
Because I'm happy Brock is here, and people are doing a photo session in the fucking booth.
Don't wear it out.
We knew this would be a clusterfuck.
That's all right.
I want to ask him about the 50,000 he lost on a home run, but next time. Norm Macdonald was great on the show today.
Oh, yes, he was.
Holy shit. Brock,
All
sorry.
right, Brock is here.
Sorry, Brock.
All right, now we are ready.
Yes.
For Brock